think we're good now. Oh, goodness gracious. Great way to start stream. Ugh. Hey, Rashi, what's up, mate? Looking good, by the way. I saw the selfie. Keep up the good work, mate. Hope all is well with you and your family. Yeah. Waiting for the day to follow. Waiting for the day to follow. Hanging fun. What's up, mate? Hey, what happened here? What? Well, my picture got all weird. I got it! What's up, Ronos? Beat Babe, happy Saturday. Amateur Suke. Think of the subscription. Vovo, hello. Family's doing quite all right. All right, good to hear, mate. You coaching Raw? That already happened. Nah, I'm coaching Raw, mate. We're doing it in a second here. Fitness journey starting to pay off. Good to hear, mate. We shall overcome and we do before. I got it! Jedi Bob, thank you for the subscription. 9 months. Beautiful Saturday. How does TikTok coaching work? Well, I'll explain to you in a second. Is that a Cubs picture in the background? Yeah, I was on the Cubs. And true story, I have the picture somewhere. I not my but I played with it. We actually went to a Daytona Cubs game, which is the Cubs minor league team, and I pitched the first pitch at the game, which was pretty cool. But I was a big baseball player when I was a kid. Big baseball player. Tomorrow a half marathon. Jeez, mate, that's insane. Most of it run was 8 miles. I'm not much of a long distance runner. Never really enjoyed it as much, but that's incredible. Happy to catch you finally in a stream live. Discovered you last week. Escape bronze as a widow now. Nice, mate. Congratulations. Yeah, I think that there are 2 heroes that I would never want to play in lower ranks. One is Ball, one is Widow. Not because they can't function in lower ranks, but because people have this obsession with hating those characters like a great deal, more so in lower ranks. So you have my respect. You're probably baseball the actual Cubs. This is 2001. 2000, I think. 2001. Yeah, it's 2001. Nice somber video. Cheers, Bookworm. It was definitely a couple of last minute thoughts. It wasn't like a full analysis of things, I think. But it was something that I did a few hours, a little bit last week. What's up, Elefante? Goes well. Do bronze players actually hate Widow? They really do, yes. I mean, I'm a Mater Suke. Umeda Rasuke, if I'm butchering that pronunciation, will tell you. You get flamed a great deal for playing. My wife was a Widow Ash 2 trick in like silver bronze for a little bit. Then she climbed to gold and then she climbed to plat. But I mean, she got abuse like almost basically every single game. How old am I? 30. 30 years old. I think they're definitely going to do more work with Sombra, yeah. Which is why I made the video. If I didn't think that there was any major changes, I wouldn't do anything. But I think that they're still trying. So, where were you in 9/11, old man? I was in my kitchen. We had just moved to my house a few months prior, and to bury out in the middle of the woods in the middle of nowhere. My dad was at work. I often went with my dad to work because he taught, and I was homeschooled, so I'd go with him. But I didn't go with him that day because I didn't have classes that day. So I was doing schoolwork in the kitchen, and my mom got a phone call, and then she turned on the TV, and I remember exactly where I was. I remember not really understanding exactly what was going on, but feeling the sense of like gravity about the whole situation. Being like, wait, that's real. Wait, it's crazy. Took your advice as a Winamain and turned off chat. That's probably very wise. Yeah. Lots of ages nowadays. All right. Let's do some TikTok coaching. You guys get your Reddit over Overwatch University posts plugged up, or any things that you want me to take a look at and discuss. Drop it in Hammer Time in my Discord, the channel under Spilo stuff, and yeah, we'll take a look. I remember not being conceived in 9/11. Yeah, if I would have been demure and too nonchalant to care, incredible. I wish I was like you, mate. Actually, incredible. Okay, all right. Raw nose, you ready? I messaged you. Let me know when you're ready. What's up, Sync? Do you prefer Sync or Ajaxon, or like what the frick am I supposed to call you? Can I just call you the breadstick man with like zero context? Never mind. All right. What's up, mate?
Hello.
Let me get everything pulled up here. I kind of want to like full screen this call. How do I do that? Wait, how do I? Wait.
Oh yeah, and the person's name, it's Amaterasu.
Oh, Amaterasu.
Japanese,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Show off. I see how it is.
And I've been learning Japanese and Korean lately, but
Oh, good for you. Good for you. I actually took Korean lessons for a little while and then realized that Overwatch League was dying and it wasn't worth the point. So that was my educational adventure. Actually, my tutor was the player manager for the Washington Justice for a while. And I'd worked with her previously with like in contenders for a while. So I'm just gonna pull up the practice range, I guess, as backdrop here because I can't figure out a way to like screen share Discord properly. So I guess let's start with this. Normally we don't do this in sessions. It's like, what got you interested in coaching? All this boring crap. But let's talk about who you are, what you do, what you wanted to do as our like little collaboration here. And I guess we can start with that.
Yeah. So my name is Round Nose. First name's Josh, whoever people prefer to call me by. I'm an educational content creator, mainly geared towards newer players, returning players. I actually got into Overwatch because of CarQ and Flats. I was an Apex creator before, and I met them through EA partnership and didn't know who they were, didn't know what Overwatch was, hadn't really played it. Became friends with them, and they're like, hey, you should try the beta out, and kind of followed in the footsteps of Car. I was making niche tips and stuff like that for Apex before, but kind of followed in the footsteps of Car. I'm just teaching matchups, and obviously not always fundamentals, but as you know, casual players they enjoy the the smaller tips, not always the fundamentals. So
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
So my whole time on Overwatch 2, I didn't play Overwatch 1. Time on Overwatch 2, I spent I got Tracer, One Trick to Masters in my 4th season with about 100 hours on her, and then I decided I wanted to do 20 hours on every single character for a YouTube series. Had issues with editors and stuff, so I ended up keeping a stream series. But basically, my goal was learn every character to a fundamental basis around like a diamond level, just to be able to give better tips. and I've always put learning and like learning for others and content over my own improvement.
Yeah.
And then you saw the whole Twitter drama, and I was actually thinking about it before that.
Can you send that to me really fast? I would love to pull that up for context for my chat, because obviously
Yeah.
I saw it. Actually, I might be able to find it in my...
Oh, I already have it pulled
Okay,
up.
okay. Yeah, drop it.
All right. Let's see here. Scroll down. There it is. But yeah, the whole Twitter drama, that was kind of thing that, like, it was the final straw of like, okay, bet I'm doing this for myself kind of thing.
Right. So your haters, your biggest motivators, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was like kind of like what you said of you did it knowing it wouldn't impress anyone. You did it kind of for yourself to know you could do it. It was kind of same thing for me of I always put others before me, and I was like, you know what? Marvel Rivals comes out in 2 months. I'm partnered with them. I love the game. Don't know where it's going to go, but there's a chance I might not play Overwatch after that.
Yeah.
Very slim, but there is that, and I want to say that I hit GM before then. So I was like,
Sure.
screw it. I'm not, because I was a hyper flex person. Like I said, 20 hours every character, Diamond Masters every single character. Like, we're gonna sit down. I love DPS. Tracer was my first main. I want to hit GM on Tracer, Sombra, and then like a pool of like 3 to 4 total characters. That's kind of where we're at. So I reached out to you. You were one of my big inspirations, and when you backed me up in that whole thing, I was like, I'd love to work with them.
So for context here, basically some GM Roadhog OTP basically puts Raw Nose on blast for being an educational TikToker, whatever. You do YouTube stuff as well, yeah? YouTube Shorts, yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah. And so you do a lot of educational stuff. Like you said, Diamond Masters, more aimed for the casual audience, giving them some fundamentals, but also some juicy tips. And this guy just kind of puts you on full blast. And, I'm not 100% familiar with all of your content, but from what I've seen, it's definitely better than most. It gives mostly objectionably good advice. Maybe there's a couple of tiny details you miss here and there, like his whole beef with your tiny little Roadhog tip, but it's inoffensive stuff at worst and very helpful for a lot of people at best. And I think that when there's a world of so much misinformation out there, I think you do a really good job. Now, you talked about previously being in Apex. Why the transition into Overwatch? You'd mentioned CarQ and Flats, but obviously, like, you also had to just enjoy the game yourself. So what got you initially interested in Overwatch? And then was it always your plan to move into content creation with Overwatch 2?
I was with Apex was my first game. I'd done that for, I think I was partnered with EA for about a year and a half. I did Apex for about 2 years. In the last 3 months, I actually switched to mouse and keyboard. When I first started content, I'd switched to PC, but I stayed on controller because I kind of feared the transition. I had been a console player my entire life, and I was 26. So we know 26 isn't old, but to learn a new motor function, getting closer to 30s, it gets harder and harder. So I finally made the jump, in Apex, as many people in chat who've played Apex know, it's a very controller-dominated game. So I was having fun and I was improving, but it just wasn't the same game. Apex really is 2 different games. Controller and M&K is not the same experience. So when I tried the Overwatch beta and found out it was mainly, like, Overwatch really is, even though it has a big console platform, we both know, it's geared towards PC. Like, the console experience, it's the complete opposite of Apex. And I fell in love with that, of like high skilling characters like Tracer, who, if I put time into them, I can't blame aim assist. I can't blame BS. Yeah, there's cheesy abilities, but if I lose, I didn't play around the ability correctly.
Okay.
In Apex, there wasn't that counterplay. You couldn't just play from a mile away to avoid, because of the final ring and everything like that. So
Sure.
I really just enjoyed the structure of it. And even though I hadn't played Overwatch 1, I knew I had a feeling I would like Tracer, because I actually used to watch Say by Olby in a little bit of a Overwatch League back in the day.
Yep.
Apex
Classic.
Group.
That's a big shout out. Okay, so your kind of venture into content creation has been partly motivated with your experience with Apex, but what initially got you into content creation, even back with Apex, and the more educational side of things?
So I was actually in full-time work in school. I was a loan officer in banking on the car side of things, doing that full-time and going to school for a business degree. And I played a lot of Call of Duty and a lot of Rocket League, and I loved consuming content. I loved watching people who were better than me and trying to learn from them. I did a lot of game battles and a lot of like competitive search and destroy. And my mindset was like, man, I enjoy consuming this content. have so much knowledge on this stuff. Like I want to share it and help other people. But Call of Duty, I didn't really know if it was something that I would want to make content on. And one day, me and my buddy were playing Fortnite, and he was like, "Oh, hey, this new game dropped. Apex had no advertising and just dropped out of nowhere. Played it, fell in love with it, and kind of fell down the same path as a COD of just like constantly consuming content, always learning, and I can't remember what initially. I think getting a PC was the big thing that pushed me into content because on console I didn't really have the means to. And I started off just posting. I would get a clip every day and then post on TikTok on my lunch break at the bank. And then I started streaming after about a month of posting every Friday and Sunday. And some Sundays I'd stream 16 hours because it was my only way to talk to people. When you work full time and school full time, you don't have time. So it's kind of how I got started. Was just like I have information. Oh, and actually, like I said, it was clips. It wasn't even educational. The thing that really pushed me of like, okay, educational is gonna be more successful. I posted a random Wraith tip, and it got 60K views. And at the time, my best views was like 4,000. And I was freaking out, telling my coworkers who game too, like, oh my god, like this is crazy. I'm getting thousands of views, and I realized like, wow, there's a lot of people out there like me that would like to learn their hobbies better. So now the way I pitch myself is anytime someone asks me that doesn't know gaming, I dedicate myself to helping others enjoy their hobbies more.
Yeah. Okay. Very inspirational and obviously very respectable. So now you're fully committed and you're thinking about the transition into Marvel Rivals, but you would like to close the door on this, feeling like you accomplished something even beyond the content creation. Now, not to sound like your therapist here, but I will say that you should already see what you see now as success, because there's a lot of people out there that have consumed your content and learned and improved from the information that you have provided. And that has always been your number one priority, in the same way that coaching has always been my number one priority. The difference between you and me is that we have different avenues with which we're applying our educational content, right? You're more TikTok focused. I'm a little bit more YouTube or Twitch focused. I would say you're still YouTube. You're much better YouTube than I am, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's just different categories.
I'm not better. I just niche tips have a better reach.
Different.
Yeah.
Sure. So whatever the case may be here, when you say that you want to reach Grandmaster, I want you to dig deep here. Why? Because this right here, the haters being your motivators, joking aside, that's not a very good long-term motivation. So really, why did this light a fire? What was the real kindling here that has motivated you to commit to this, or at least to try?
That I know that I have the information and I don't want to be a hypocrite and not be able to put it into action. Not necessarily to prove anyone else wrong, but for myself of like, it does get frustrating sometimes. It's like, obviously it's a team play game and everything, but I have ADHD, so it gets frustrating when I make simple mistakes that I know better than. So I wanted to sit down and lock in and be like, no, I'm better than this. So it's not necessarily of the GM. That's more of like a useless benchmark. But
yeah, I understand. I want to play devil's advocate though. When you're providing the advice here, is your intention that if you apply this, you will get to Grandmaster?
No, not at all. No, so with my content.
Are you a hypocrite if you couldn't get to Grandmaster? Right.
And I think it's the knowledge beyond what I put in the videos. Because like you said, I always try to post non-offensive, sometimes even optional stuff like, hey, this thing might help you. It may not. But I think it's more of the information that I learned along the, when I did the 20 hours on every character, I brought on a ton of creators. I met a lot of nice people like Yeetle, Tenza, Rocket. Like I tried to bring on people much better than me on certain characters. And I learned a lot about those characters, but I mean, as you know, 20 hours is not enough to apply it. So not necessarily apply the content that I post, but more of the, just like all of the information that I've learned in 2 years. It's kind of like the, I can't think of what the Latin term is, but like, was like the optimist, but like do one good push, but everything I've put into, everything I've learned into action kind of thing.
Okay. Now,
and even if I don't hit GM, just say that I gave it everything I had.
Okay. I'm not trying to lower your expectations here. I'm just trying to make sure that your expectations are accurate here. Because if you're doing it because you feel like you're a hypocrite, I think that's an inaccurate motivation with what you've provided and what you do. If you have an expectation that with the amount of knowledge that I have, I should be able to hit Grandmaster, I'm going to be honest with you again and say that that's also an inaccurate expectation. Your ability to improve is almost never based off of your ability to of knowledge. It's your motivation and your mentality improving and desire around improvement, right? That's why most players that reach higher ranks don't study educational content all the time, because educational content can help, but it's optional. It's what may supplement your growth, but it won't replace the passion and the grind and the desire to just really apply yourself and really improve. And that's something that you can't really teach, right?
So this kind of makes me think. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
interrupt. Finish your thought. Finish your thought.
So the thought that comes to mind in answer to that is, I am a very competitive person. I think I've always put that on the back burner to help others. So this might be a selfish grind of I want to improve now.
Okay. Brack says, I know a lot of random stuff about heroes and I'm stuck in gold plat. That is true. Yes, that's true. Now, so that's the real answer I want to hear, right? Is I want to rank up. I want to feel like selfishly that I have the capability and I want to apply. I'm a very competitive. Now, when you say I'm a very competitive person, what makes you say that? Based off of what?
Every game that I've ever played, I wanted to be one of the best. Like,
okay,
not necessarily the number one person, but in Apex, I always grinded for Predator. I was Masters every single season. Call of Duty, I enjoyed game battles. I enjoyed the competitive aspect. Even in Overwatch, like if I end up sticking with Overwatch beyond Marvel Rivals, I would enjoy starting to getting into scrims and stuff like that.
Okay.
I enjoy when people talk. I enjoy when the games are played the way that they're meant to.
Okay, fair enough. So we've really narrowed down the real reason why you want to improve, at least the truthful reason to yourself, which is not, I have something to prove, you don't, I am being dishonest, or, I don't want to be a hypocrite, not true. I feel like I have all this knowledge that I should be able to apply. There must be something wrong with me if I can't. Again, not true. I just want to get better. I want to rank up. I want to feel good about reaching Grandmaster. Okay, there we go. Now the question is, if you were successful with Apex, why have you not been successful with Overwatch? What's changed? Maybe not the game. Let's actually pretend the games are the same. What's changed?
A lot more team oriented for sure.
Okay.
With Apex, some of the biggest streamers, they actually queue for trios without two teammates. Like mechanically and game sense wise, if you're good enough, there physically is no way a teammate could hold you back unless they were like trying to push you off the map.
Okay.
With Overwatch, it's tough because there's a lot more stimuli. I would say Apex is a lot slower of a game. When there's fights, it can be fast paced, but Apex is a lot more based around rotations and the macro of things compared to, like there are mechanical 1v1s, but the amount of mechanical 1v1s you have in an Overwatch match is similar to playing Apex for an hour or two.
Okay. So much faster paced. You said more team responsibility. So not necessarily that you're more reliant on your teammates, but you're more reliant on complementing and playing around what your teammates are doing.
Yeah, you have to be a lot more adaptable in Overwatch. And I think something that's held me back, I had this kind of self-analysis a few months back, is I learned Overwatch from other people. I never had to problem solve it. The game had been out for 7 years. I learned from people like Carr. I learned from other coaches. I never had to sit down and figure out the puzzle myself. Okay. So I'm very good linearly. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm not good at, like, if I'm handed a situation that I don't understand, I get frustrated and I want to learn it. But I think that's definitely held me back. I want to get better at critical thinking for sure.
Okay. It's interesting that you say that, because I think that was a very important moment in my coaching career where I was like the docs guy, at least initially, where I watched all the YouTube videos, all the educational content, all the coaching content that I could, 2017, 2018, 2019. Coaching teams did a pretty darn good job, I will say, all things considering. And in 2020, I hit a roadblock with Uprising Academy, which was essentially a team coaching situation that I didn't have the skill to handle. And honestly, nobody could have really made that team a success, but they could have done a better job than I did. And I failed, and I bottomed out, and I tried really, really hard. I burned myself out. I was working like 80, 85 hour weeks, and we were losing. I just wasn't competent enough to deal with that because of how a great deal of my game understanding was not personally developed, right? There was a meta after that, the team after that big failure, where I basically was forced to kind of evolve my own way of looking at the composition. And based off of that, that was really the moment where I kind of flipped the switch for me to be able to understand things from my own perspective. And I became a much better coach at communicating because I wasn't rehashing ideas that I'd learned and kind of repackaged. It was my own thought processes. So it wasn't only better for me to play the game, it was actually better for me to coach. Now, for you, you're strictly about playing, and you want to be able to problem solve and practice things from your own end. But from your end of things, when you're sharing these tips, are these tips that you've learned from playing the character partly, or are these things that you've learned from other sources that you're packaging for TikTok?
A combination. So when I first started Overwatch, 100% was learning from other people, and finding, I think what I found success, like you said, I was a good YouTuber. I feel like the thing that made me successful was I would watch a lot of people like yourself who are very articulate and understanding of the game, and I found ways to dumb it down as much as possible for the average person to consume.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And then the longer that I played the game, I started to see the niche uses or these situations. And one thing that kind of side note that held me back, like you said, my content, it never hurt anyone, but sometimes there's missing information. That was always a byproduct of the 60-second shorts really limiting.
Yeah,
recently they made them 3 minutes, which is awesome, so I can start adding more situational stuff. Sorry, side note.
No,
but,
no, go ahead.
And I didn't know if you knew about those. The 3-minute shorts will be huge, but yeah. Sorry, my brain just kind of wandered on that.
No, it's totally fine. Yeah, you're 100% nailed it. So I guess the thing for you is it's been how can you actually become a better player? And without I would go as far to say to throw out all of your old advice, all of your TikToks, all the things that you've learned. Let's start from scratch and let's let you build it up. Now, you're going to be in the Church of Spylo with the way that we coach things, of course. But I am going to encourage you to think critically about applying some of the fundamentals that we'll talk about over the course of the next few weeks here. So, Chad, if you didn't know, this is something that we'd be doing at least about once every 2 weeks, if not once every week. And we're going to be kind of doing over the course of a couple of months up until Marvel Rivals, just so for context here. But yeah, like I want you to kind of start to develop your own game understanding from your perspective. And then obviously, more importantly, transitioning that into skill. Because you are a skillful player right now, but you're not skillful enough to be consistently masters. You're not skillful enough to be consistently grandmaster. And more knowledge may help with that, but it's going to be the type of knowledge that you can actually apply, and crucially knowing how to take that knowledge and apply it. That's what we're really looking for here. So
just kind of hold myself accountable. And if I start falling into a trap of, hey, I remember learning this from Car, I remember making a video about this, like start trying to just have a fresh outlook on everything.
Sure. Mostly focus less on learning more and more about like how is the quality of my gameplay right now. So let's start with that right here, because that's actually the first thing I want to talk about today. Today, we're not going to be going over any gameplay footage at all. I just want to talk about how you're playing the game. So talk me through right now. Are you streaming on TikTok right now and Twitch?
Like at this moment, or just
yes.
in general?
Yeah, in this moment.
Oh, at this moment, I decided I didn't want to stream at least the first few coaching sessions, because I've always streamed coaching sessions, and I'm reading chat and I'm putting others first. I wanted to be really selfish with the streaming, so I'm recording it currently.
Good. So that's the kind of thinking that I need from you moving forward. Right? You have content as being an important part of your process and needs to remain an important part of your process. But for you to reach this goal, there are going to have to be some sacrifices. And you're going to need to be self-aware enough to recognize where those need to be done. I've coached many streamers, and this is always a conversation, a very tough conversation that we have to have. Some streamers do well, some streamers don't. It's not that those streamers are failures, they just don't prioritize the improvement as much as their own content. And you honestly have to make some sacrifices here and there. You know,
that actually jogged my memory on something. You had asked why I was successful in Apex and didn't feel as much in Overwatch. Apex, I had 3,000 hours on, and I had played it for 2 years before making content. I have about 1,700 hours in comp at this point on Overwatch, and about 10 hours that is off stream.
There it is.
I have lived and breathed every moment of Overwatch in front of people.
There it is. There's a very funny. I've talked about this with Chad a few times, but I will sometimes play Overwatch occasionally, fresh, no stream, just like on a Friday. I'll be like, hey, some of the Patreons, some of my friends are playing. We'll jump in there. We'll just queue quick player, ranked or whatever, or do pugs. And I without exception, there's always like, dude, I didn't know you were this good. And I'm like, bro, every single time you see me play, you've seen me after I've been coaching for 4 or 5 hours, after I've been streaming for 1 or 2 in addition to that, and I'm half the time reading chat. I'm tired.
It's not even
I'm
taking
distracted.
Consideration though. No, even if you don't want to, you're playing for content.
Yeah.
Like you don't
Yeah.
want to sit there as Widow and hold an angle and be smart. You're going to go do a dumb play
Yeah.
because you want to make someone
Yeah.
laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. The irony for me personally is the times that I'm most focused on playing is when I'm angry or raged. So I remember when I played the Juno, there was a period of time when I hit Juno with Masters with Juno before a couple of her buffs. I remember I was like getting really distracted with reading chat, and I was like losing games, and I was just like, all right, well, if I'm the only way I'm gonna focus here is I'm gonna freak out, like I'm gonna be like screaming, but it'll be like I'm like actually screaming at myself, like I'm forcing myself to lock in, you know, and it was like a weird way where I could still be focused and still be like providing content. But yeah, otherwise it's really hard. I'm not good at it, and I don't think there are many players that are good at it. I cannot think of very many streamers that are actually good at being a streamer and also good at playing the game. Coaching Overwatch was obviously a lot of fun because you're working with some fun guys and good personalities, but there was a lot of people like, why are they not winning games, or why aren't they screaming? Because J3 is reading chat.
Yeah, like cumulatively over 10,000 people watching them. Yeah,
it just doesn't matter. Like people don't like that. Our goal with that team was never to perform all that well, and this is a conversation I had to have with Sushi when I was working with her for a period of time, and I'm still working with her some. And it's basically like, hey, like, listen, you got to find that balance there. You have to kind of figure that out. So for you, it doesn't mean that you don't stream your gameplay. It just means what are the adjustments that I need to make to improve the quality of my practice right now. So let's talk about that. What is your game plan here? I'm not going to give you any advice. What is your game plan to improve the quality of your practice for the next 2 months in relation and in regards to your content?
First of all is cutting down on stream times instead of just mindlessly streaming.
Are you comfortable with that? Like as a businessman,
Absolutely. And I think I've actually enjoyed it a lot more because I feel it's kind of one of those things. Some people like wake up and they feel like they don't have a direction in life. It's really easy. And when you start streaming to just stream and talk to people and go.
Yes.
It makes me feel like I have a business degree. I was a project manager. Like this job is so much harder to hold yourself accountable. So when I say, hey, I got to get off and go to the gym, like I feel good saying that every day.
Okay.
It allows me to have a lot more of a work-life balance. And at the same time, if I have lately has been 4 hours of dedicated Overwatch with a goal, focus, and then maybe 1 to 2 hours of a variety game and get off. Instead of when I did Marvel Rivals, I had the #1 Marvel Rivals video and I was streaming 15 hours a day. I put 105 hours in 9 days. Yeah, it was dumb, and it's easy to let that go, and it's nice. You get the ad revenue, you can make a living, but like how much of a life do you have beyond that kind of thing?
Right. So this is also partly about personal balance within things as well. Like it will be reflected in your personal balance, not just in your ability to improve.
Exactly. I love going to the gym. I have a fiance, I have family to spend time with. Like it's nice having a balance.
Okay, so that's something that, again, I'm not going to offer advice on. I might offer advice if you were 18 or 17 years old, but it sounds like you at least have an idea of what needs to be cleaned up. Now, I will encourage you to not necessarily make radical or drastic changes because it's probably not necessary here. But I do think that that's something that you need to be considering, and how can I improve it, even if in a small, consistent way, because you can make progress in 2 months, right? Coupling off of that, just before we close that door here, I guess the door before last, don't aim for Grandmaster. That's my personal advice for you. Not to be the critical, not to be the cringy, like, don't play for rank, play for improvement. But seriously, don't play for rank here. I think what you could do from this is this could be a Marvel Rivals preparation, where you spend 2 months developing your ability to practice and clean up your schedule of how you're approaching and finding the balance of good content, good grinding, and then taking those skills, those habits, and then applying them to a new game. Right.
Yeah, that's actually been what I've been pitching it to my community as, is like I want to go into Marvel Rivals as a damn good DPS player because I hit top 500 on DPS in both alpha, beta, and then I want to be one of the #1 short form / vertical creators for Overwatch going into it.
Right. So let's leave that at the goal. That way there's no stakes here in terms of rank. You can be pretty much like completely divorced from the whole rank goal and instead be like about cleaning up your content schedule and then your training schedule. Now,
I think the whole title of GM was mainly for the content aspect of, hey, I'm going to try to go from Diamond to GM. As you know, unfortunately, rank is the main thing people like to focus on. But I've always tried to, ever since I started about 2 weeks ago, of like, even if I lose, at worst I improved. If I win, I won and improved.
Right. Give me 1 second really quick. My chat is like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And I'm like,
No, take
actually, this is where I'm a bronze tier streamer.
No, you're fine. You didn't just say the 3 bad habits guy off of TikTok and YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
That's people always come. Aren't you the YouTube Shorts guy?
Uh-huh. There you go. Okay, so I encourage you to clean up schedule. Now, some advice in terms of actual advice from you, like little details here. Earlier in the day is better, generally. More energy equal good, right? Obviously, both for content and for gameplay, so you're going to have to kind of extrapolate that as you'd like. Fewer heroes, better, right?
Yep.
So even go, like, I think you'd said, maybe if I can get to at least masters in all roles, I think that would be great. Well, then, okay, so then you really need to clean up your hero pool within that. So again, I'm going to kind of let you evaluate that as you'd like, but it's going to be more difficult to try to improve at high levels with all roles and with all heroes than it is for you to narrow your attention. And I say this as somebody who understands every character at an Overwatch League tier 1 level, okay? When I play any character and try to improve, I have to focus on that character. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, that was actually something that I held myself accountable for when I started this. I'm never going to main more than 4 to 5 characters, and the characters outside of Trace or Sombra, which are my 2 mains, they have to fill a gap, and that gap can't be just one map, one situation. Yes. It has to be everyone covers something, and they can't all handle the same thing. Because Sombra Trace are already really close, so the way I've treated, at least, well, they used to be. Now it's kind of interesting, but yeah, no. So that's always that was actually something I wanted to chat with you on. Of like, and it can be today, it can be whenever.
Okay.
But,
okay.
What in your eyes, 4 to 5? What the perfect kind of accumulation is? Because what I've always recommended to people is obviously characters have comp disadvantages. But when people ask me, oh, what characters play best signal? What characters should I play if I'm a Tracer main? I always try to tell people don't focus on the weakness of the character in a comp. Focus on what you struggle on that character. Yeah. Because Tracer might be weak in a Torb, but if you've never had an issue with Torb, then why get a swap to deal with that kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes total sense for me. For me, I think what it may be useful for is focusing on 1 or 2 roles, if possible, at least in a short-term basis over, like, let's say 2 or 3 weeks, and then pivoting that as necessary. And then within the roles, 1 or 2 characters, I think. If you want to develop a pool, the priority that I always say is develop a hero pool of characters that you enjoy the most. Yeah. And then if you're trying to build a more balanced pool because you like a lot of characters, try to pick characters that have different map strengths, whether it's verticality, no verticality, long range, short range, something along those lines.
Yeah. No, so what I've been doing recently, when I first started, it was Tracer, Sombra, Genji, Soldier. Genji was purely to prepare for Marvel Rivals. I want to be a Psylocke main. I don't play projectile. It was include 1 projectile that will have a similar setup to her and work it in. And then Soldier, tracking hit scan. I love aim training. Tracking hit scan's always been my favorite type of aim. He fills in that gap of like, okay, Tracer, Sombra, I don't have any dive follow-up. Our team's kind of struggling. I can just go a character and have presence and still take off angles and whatnot. Sure. Obviously, the Sombra change switches that up. I decided to drop Genji because in my head, if I spend 1,000 hours on Genji, I'm still going to have to spend 1,000 hours on Psylocke.
You got it.
Yeah, exactly. So right now, I have the 4 as I'm actually testing Casti. Even though he's not hit scan tracking, I'm not the best at him. Casti really shits on me on Sombra Tracer, especially with the new Sombra. So I was like, okay, Casti handles Venture, handles Torb, handles Reaper, handles all these really annoying brawl rush comps that I can't handle on those when I don't have like a full dive comp.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Your TikTok, YouTube short tips brain is infecting you, just a little bit. You need to stop thinking about matchups from a hero pool perspective.
Okay.
You need to start thinking about what hero will make sense on this map, even if they're playing counter comp. What hero can I play on the map that doesn't play on that map? I play Tracer, and then I have Soldier. So more mid to long range, more short to medium range, roll with that. If you want to play Cassidy because you like playing Cassidy, it's fine with me. If you don't want to play Cassidy because you don't want to play Cassidy, don't play Cassidy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I
That
want
makes
your
sense.
priority
Focus
to
more on the map.
right. Focus more on the map, and then before that, as I said, is focus on the characters that you actually want to play. That's it.
So from a map perspective, if we canceled Cassie out and left him as an option? Soldier, Sombra, Tracer, 3-hit scan trackers. What would you say map weaknesses are there?
You tell me.
Because Soldier has long sightline control. He struggles super close range. Tracer has super close range, struggles on height. Sombra is kind of in between, but can do the verticality.
Yep.
Feel like
you got
they
it.
mainly all struggle with getting rushed on, depending on if Soldier can maintain distance.
Yep. I would say Tracer's going to be your best bet if you're feeling like you're consistently getting dove. Like, Tracer's very, very good in dive mirrors or versus other dive characters. But yeah, you just described it right there. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a little bit of a side note. Sombra's bad.
No, I know.
Yeah, so I would say I honestly would recommend nobody playing Sombra right now. And the
I've
reality
been
is
playing her as Cassidy, as funny as that sounds. Like, I know Flats made that whole video. But
yeah. Soft off angling in certain situations for certain things can work, but the problem is that even getting off your opportunist can be very difficult because frontline hacking is extremely difficult versus any form of poke DPS.
Oh, she's horrible right now.
Right. So it's not just that she's horrible, but I also think that there's going to be she's going to be continually evolving over the course of the next several months. So it just feels like a character that like I'm not putting out a Sombra guide. You get what I'm saying? Right now.
Yeah.
I would let it go right now. So regardless, build Soldier Tracer's fine. I roll with it.
Yeah, no, with the Sombra thing, I was on 50-50 fence with that of drop her completely or try to make it work on that analytical brain, and then on top of that, knowing she'll get buffs and changes in the future if I can learn her at her worst kind of thing.
But it's going to be a different character.
Kind of straddling the fence, yeah.
No, it's a different character, right? And the other thing as well is you're looking you're looking at this like an RPG, and I want to take this away. You feel like you're putting points in your brain or analytical by learning an analytical character. You're like, I'm going to learn Genji because projectile character is similar to what was it? What was the other Super Marvel Rivals hero?
Psylocke.
Psylocke.
She's
okay,
basically going to be like a hybrid Genji with Sombra Invis.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Totally different character, totally different playstyle. Even if in the similarities, it's not worth the time.
Yeah.
If you want to work on your analytical brain, play Roadhog, play Winston, play Diva, play Tracer. It doesn't matter what you play. Every character you can learn analytical brain on. There are definitely some characters that have more mechanics. There are definitely some characters that have more strategy involved, but never use that as a standpoint about why you're learning this. You're not really developing a toolkit. Oh, I learned my analysis from Sombra. I learned my positioning from Ana, because every character still has to think about positioning. Every character still has to think about strategy. So, like I said, you're kind of overcomplicating this process and end up kind of tripping over yourself in the meantime.
No, that's something I really need to hear because, yeah, I definitely try to learn through associate because I've always learned through association best. So I definitely do that too much.
Yeah, so just focus on what you want to play and develop your analysis and your strategy from just playing that character, because every character demands that level of thinking, so learn those characters. The only time where I would...
that was the hard thing with dropping Sombra. I do enjoy her,
right,
but no, I agree. It's so bad.
Right. The only thing I would say is, like, if you were new to a game, playing a little bit of everything to get a well-rounded idea of, like, how these characters operate, and then also finding out what characters... But you're not at that point anymore, right? You just need to play characters, and you need to get good at certain characters. Whenever I'm trying to, you've probably seen or are aware of some of my series, whether it was with Venture, or reworked Sombra, or reworked Pharah, Juno. I one-trick the character. I one-trick the character until I feel like I'm comfortable understanding their matchups. I don't one-trick the character because I'm trying to work on my positioning through Juno. I'm just trying to work on Juno, period. Right? Yeah. Are there skills that translate from Juno to other characters? Yeah, maybe. But I'm not smart enough to know what they are, and I don't really care. And I think that's the way that you need to be approaching things as well. Just get good at the characters that you want to play and focus on that. Sure. Focus on a couple of roles, 1 or 2 roles, I would say, at a time. If that one's
I want to do DPS only.
Okay, DPS only works for me.
Yeah, because I've basically been masters all rules, so right now DPS is the goal.
So DPS, I would focus on your developing a hero pool of 2 characters within that role. Obviously, the Soldier Tracer, what you're saying right now, but in my opinion, you just go put some thought into it. Off stream, off recording, whatever, and decide what you want to do. And obviously, you can experiment for the couple days as well, and really try to find out like what heroes you really want to lock in and play. And then if that changes because you really don't like playing this character, that's fine. Drop it, pick up a new one. It's okay. Like, you don't, mid-season pivots are totally fine. And then think about how your content / self-improvement schedule wants to be optimized without overly compromising either one, and see what's the best value, the best bang for my buck with the time that you're putting in right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now I want to stop there because I want you to apply this for a week, work on your hero pool, work on setting goals for yourself, stop overthinking the strategical aspect. If I need to learn this character to fill this gap in my play, no, get good at the character. Think about every situation. How do I need to adapt my playstyle? Or what are some things about the character, mechanically, cooldown, positioning, whatever that I need to improve on, and then deliberately practice them. Find that balance with your schedule management and playtime with both your content and with your self-improvement gameplay. And then as questions come up that relate to that this week, message me directly, okay? Now,
and you said you want me to keep it to a solid 2, not risk going 3.
I would say solid 2. What is going to be your training time likely going to look like approximately? I know you haven't thought about this maybe as much as you'd like, but for right now, what's your gut saying?
Entire day or just the act of playing itself?
The act of training. What is your training structure for DPS going to look like on the average day?
The first 4 hours of stream, dedicated, focused, with a goal in mind.
The first what? Hours of stream? Sorry.
First 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that, if I want to keep playing, if I want to relax a little bit, play quick play, play a different game, 4 hours of dedicated DPS only, play those 2 characters only. And then something I've been trying to work on, like, a streamer's reading chat less, knowing when I need to lock in on certain situations.
Yep.
And then outside of that, getting into the gym, treating my body better, eating healthily. Okay. That way, when I have those 4 hours, it's not foggy and just all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a warm-up routine? This is maybe a part of the structure that we haven't talked about, or mechanics routine.
So normally, I love Kovacs aim training. I know some people don't really care for aim training, but it's always helped me mechanically get warmed up. So I used to not stream at all, but recently I've been streaming 15 minutes of Kovacs.
Okay.
Have a movement routine where I'm actually moving during the aim training. I don't know if you've played much, but that way I can actually use the keyboard side, not just stand still, shoot targets.
Okay. What about with your tracer? Go ahead. Sorry,
with tracer. Oh no, you're fine. I used to do tracer warm-ups. I haven't as of lately, and I need to find a good one. What I used to do was mainly there's a play or a workshop that has a tracer that's blinking around that you can work on blink melees and work on tracking, work on pulse bomb, stuff like that. But if you have a recommendation for tracer mechanic, I know I did try hard free for all for a long time, but I feel like that's kind of died off.
It has. It's recently been hit by the new changes to custom games because a lot of the workshop creators don't have tier 3 endorsement because they don't really play the game.
Yeah.
Let me show you what I would recommend for Vaxa if you're going to do Tracer. Now, I think Tracer Vaxa for dueling and mechanics is really bad for just raw aim, but I think it is really good for drills. So one of the couple of drills here, let me actually stream through here so you can see. So the 3 drills that I think that you can do for just about every hit scan character are the standstill tracking, which is where you're actually shooting and you're just basically standing still. You're not using your left hand at all. Then there's the strafe tracking, which is basically where you're using your strafing back and forth and just shooting. And one of the unique things with Tracer that I like, and honestly this applies to every character, is trigger discipline. You've probably heard me talk about trigger discipline before, which is essentially realigning your crosshair on the head. That's something that you can drill during this practice. You could do each of these drills, the standing still tracking and the strafe tracking, I'd say from anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 to 3 minutes each, depending on how warm you are. If you're doing Kovacs for 15 minutes, I'd probably lean towards the less time with this, the better. The last drill that...
And a Vaxter right after to work on whatever I was working on Kovacs.
Sure. The last drill for Tracer that I would say is really useful is the 180 practice, whereas basically you choose a target, you blink through, and then you reacquire the crosshair. And you can see I'm very bad at this, right? Reacquire the crosshair. And then you're going to use this with your shot. So you could start to shoot like half a clip. Oh my gosh, this Anna's like right on me. You're going to shoot, and then you're going to blink, reacquire, and shoot again, okay? And basically you're going to do that over and over and over. Shoot, blink, reacquire, shoot. Shoot, blink, reacquire, shoot. Shoot, blink, reacquire, and shoot. You can also do this from 90-degree angles as well. So instead of blinking through them, I can blink to the side like so. Does that make sense?
Just blink corrections.
Right, it's blink corrections is what you're drilling here, and obviously you can change the movement speed as necessary. Those are the big 3 for me. The last thing, if you really want to get saucy with it, is that Vaxa is pretty good for practicing pulse bombs. The 180 pulse bomb, the blink pulse bomb, I think those are the 2 that you'd want to do. And again, I would do these from anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes each. So your total time in VAXTA could be anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes to 7 to 8 minutes. Any longer than that, I just don't think the level of intensity is there. So
Absolutely.
Makes sense?
Yeah. And do you feel like there's any use of fitting in like a quick play game before you get into comp to just actually get in action, just straight in?
If you like doing a quick play game before comp, and that's what you do. Okay, if you've never done that, skip it. Then skip it. Yep, skip it. So standing still, trigger discipline, strafing, trigger discipline, blink 90 degrees, blink 180 degrees, blink 180 pulse, blink pulse.
Awesome.
And you don't even have to do all of them. You could just pick and choose like 2 out of the 6 or 3 out of the 6 or whatever.
When I start getting comfortable with it, do you feel like there's any value in going to the hardest speed modes and stuff like that, or just keep it?
Yeah, I think so. Sure, just to mix it up. I mean, I think even doing it on the easiest, even when you're good, just to practice different types of movement.
Yeah, and
right?
like what you're focusing on is your movement, not even necessarily the target.
Right. Exactly. Now, this is not going to get you better at Tracer 1v1s necessarily, but it is going to help you to practice Tracer specific mechanics. I also recommend that you can practice these mechanics in game, but that's for another time. And that would be my recommended warm-up routine. Last thing I want to talk about here is some recommendation with how you're approaching practice, right? I don't think 4 hours of dedicated focused training time per day is necessary, and I think that that's probably pushing too hard.
Sure. Any advice that you have?
I would say 2.5 hours, 3 hours would be a good starting point.
Okay. Yeah,
and
I'll lower it down then.
Okay, and make sure that you're taking breaks between cues as well. You've probably heard me talk about that too, but getting up from your computer, even as a streamer, get up, stretch your legs.
One of my worst
seconds.
habits is I said I was picking up Japanese and Korean. I always learn languages in between my cues, so it's probably not a good mental rest.
No, it's not. It's really not. You're American psychoing is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Right. Which is like you will improve, but you're not going to improve to the same level at what you're practicing. You're spreading yourself in a million different directions, and you're not going to apply the level of expertise that you need to. You learn Korean and Japanese in between cues when you're playing quick play, or after the 3 hours, right? Like after those 3 hours are checked off, and if you want to continue to queue competitive and play tank or support or whatever else, like I don't care, then that's because that becomes your priority, right? That becomes your priority.
And the last question I can think of, and I've heard this from a previous coach, is do I want to avoid self-vodding for the most part, especially on the same day that the game happened? Self-VOD is important, but when I was in football in college, we always tried to avoid doing film on the same day the game happened because you have emotions, you have hormones, like it's harder to have an outside perspective.
Yes, I think it depends on your mental state. Okay. First off, you need to be careful about VOD reviewing between matches because, again, that's not a break. That's more work, right? So if you want to take a pause in your queue up, take 5-10 minutes and take a look at a couple of fights. First off, cut the quantity of VOD reviewed, make it very short. Keep it only a couple of fights where you were confused about what you needed to be doing better. And then look at your emotional state prior to reviewing. For some people, I think painting with a broad brush here is the mistake because I've heard both. You need to VOD review as soon as it's done because it's fresh in your mind and it gives you closure. We used to do this all the time with Overwatch League. After a particularly frustrating match where the players are upset about it, we'd sit in the review and go back and we'd look at it. And it was a very relaxed review. And without exception, with the players that stuck around, they always felt a little bit better afterwards because it felt very confusing and upsetting. And they're like, oh, see, all we had to do was that. Yeah, okay, right. But for some players, that wasn't the play. They were still too upset and too emotional to be objective about it, right? So it depends.
So if I go into a VOD review, you know what my goal is. Is it closure or is it improvement?
Yes, that's it. And that's really the question you have to answer. And if you can answer that question, then you can decide whether you should be VOD reviewing right now or not.
Awesome. Good information.
For me, I would have sometimes it doesn't even matter your emotional state. For me, I had a couple of very frustrating venture games. I remember one of them was on Padre Iso into Pharmacy Roadhog, first point. And I did not know how to angle with venture at all. And I was really frustrated. So as soon as the game was over, I went back and I looked at it and I realized that I just needed to basically have gone into their backline, right? And obviously, I was emotional, but I was objective enough to understand and to recognize what I needed to have done differently. And that, in many ways, helped me to feel less emotional because I was like, okay. That was definitely a rough game, but there was a window there where I could have done something. So you just need to try and just see where you fall on that spectrum and obviously in any situation. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's start with that. Let's start with that. Obviously, we talked about your warm-up structure, your playtime structure, your relationship with your content and your grind, and then hero pool. Do you have any questions?
Not that I can think of. Yeah, and then once we get more settled into it, yeah, I'm down to whenever we have these, have any conversations, even when it comes to like timing workouts throughout the day,
Yeah.
and anything you've learned about self-improvement. But yeah,
Sure.
I want to keep it simple for now.
Okay, sounds good. I have you scheduled for 2 weeks, so it's a bit longer than we had, but I already had the next block out, so I can't unfortunately get you before then. But
that's fine. If something comes up during the week that
please do.
Time opens up, let me know.
Please do. Good luck with your practice, mate. If any questions,
Absolutely.
like I said, come up, just message me directly. All right, mate.
I
Good luck
appreciate
with
you, brother.
Have a good one. Cheers.
See you.
Lucky. Why is the first thing I see? I have a bot of me trying to talk to the female. She called the cops. Can you tell me what I did wrong? What the frick is wrong with you guys? So that was Raw Nose. Obviously, a very accomplished content creator, and hope you guys learned a little bit from something there. And yeah, if you haven't checked out his stuff, make sure that you do. He does a good job. And that is all. Of course, mate. Of course, mate. Good luck with your practice. Reddit time? Did anything that I missed, guys? Every day you go live, my day gets a little worse. Thanks, Sally. I appreciate you, mate. Every day that you live, my life gets a little bit worse. Nice to have somebody intelligent speak against Father Stream for once. Hilarious. Hilarious. You heard me. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the best way of doing this is going into Overwatch University. Looking at the top posts of the last month and talking about what we see. Because I think it won't, because everyone's being super negative here. Everyone's being a negative Nancy here. But there's a lot of good things, educational things, and conversational promoting discussions. Reddit day. And I think it would be amiss for us not to take a look here. So let's see here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. This. What's up, Megan? Yes, raw content. Yes. Guys, it was raw content. You get me? I'll be here all evening. All right. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going here. Going to bed early, playing in the morning, the real hack. What you guys? I'm gonna scroll through this slowly. Let me know if you guys see anything that you really want to take a look at here. Just drop it in chat. Counterwatch is in your head. Oh, we're definitely taking a look at that one. Worst support combo in the game. We kind of already did something similar to that, like that. So I don't want to beat that dead horse. Wait, is it raw? I actually don't know. I just said raw because it was funny. Is it a realistic goal to be top 500 while working full time? Maybe. We could take a look at that one. Oh, I clicked on this one. What is the point of Malga? Can we stop at the posts about flaming? How is Ana a brawl support? Was there ever a point in the past when Zarya countered Diva? Haha, no, not Raw. Frick. Raoul. Rouch. Raoul knows. Raoul. Are ranks dropping for everyone? How can I feel okay about losing? What are you guys saying? Anything that I've passed that you guys wanted to take a look at here?
Hey, Chunky.
Hey.
Can you have munchie?
Yes, I can. A little bit.
In a little bit or right
I think I can do it right now. Chat loves when I eat in their ear, especially if I've like, what?
Do you tell them who you're dressing up as today?
I'm dressing up as Indiana Jones. My hair is way too long now. I've got a haircut this Thursday. Guys, I'm getting my haircut this Thursday. How you actually supposed to rank up as a support? Comp, anxiety, and shame.
Say shank.
Are what ranker supports no longer expected to heal bot?
Oh, dude, can I say something quick?
Yeah, sure.
I was so mad when the alarm went off this morning. You know why?
Megan says hi, by the way. She says hi, and then she just put a pepper emote. She's comedy.
I was so mad because I dreamed that I was playing like IRL Overwatch, and I was having such a good time. And the alarm went off, and I was like, "No."
She dreams she's playing IRL Overwatch. Brain
As
damage.
Widowmaker.
As Widowmaker.
As Widowmaker, and I remember the like other Widowmaker and Hanzo like found my off angle or were trying to like beat me up, and I was really scared.
That's crazy.
And the alarm went off, and I was like, "I'll never know what happens."
Mercy menu. Anything you guys seeing here? All right, I'm gonna have a couple of bites here. All right, so we got our post pulled up. Let's just do a little Q&A so I can eat a little bit of food because I have not had lunch, and it is almost 3.
And you have a special.
This looks amazing, by the way.
Thank you. Also,
You need a life weaver menu? Ooh, get life gripped. Basically, you have to pay to not get life gripped out of position.
You excited?
Mm-hmm. Yo, where the friggin' my tissue paper roll?
Your what?
A tissue paper roll.
Oh, I moved over here. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, sorry, chat. What's on the menu? Is this beef, mushrooms, ricotta,
Ricotta.
some homegrown
marinara,
basil,
and homegrown basil and oregano.
marinara, oregano? It's really good, chat. I don't even know what this is. It's just like a pile of beef and
It's like
flavor.
It's like a fancy Italian.
2 different Megans at Blizzard. $350 to cancel an ult for you. It's super good.
Also Spilito.
Hmm.
Did you make Pillow Me again today?
Hmm?
You made Pillow Me. I saw the sideways pillow.
You're not supposed to leak that though. It's a super secret.
Oh, you
What?
want to ask him about Bunny?
Oh yeah, do any of you guys live in Western North Carolina or upstate South Carolina?
I can bring her in and show them.
Want a kitty?
Kitten.
A kitten. Very, very cute bobtail kitten. Very friendly. She's a stray. It's
Tell
like our
Tech.
3rd or 4th
Is
stray
Tech in the chat?
that we're adapting.
Adapting.
But if you guys live in the area, a legit, I'll give you a kiss IRL and a kitten.
No, you are not gonna give them a kiss, IRL.
Okay. I'm not giving you a kiss IRL.
You guys want to see the kitten? I'll bring her in.
Yeah, might as well, I guess.
She's really cute. Okay, hang on. This might go poorly.
Yeah, she's kind of squirmy. But we live in an area where there's like a lot of strays. Pretty bad. People dump their cats and stuff. Also, people don't get their cats fixed. And so we've basically we've adopted a cat in the area. We already have 2 cats. We've put up like 3 or 4 for adoption already and gotten rid of them, which is great, but it's kind of an uphill battle. What part of Western North Carolina? I mean, anywhere Western North Carolina. Like, you'll be
She's
within.
a little squirmy. This is
She's
Bunny.
super cute and very affectionate.
Okay, her claws. But she has no tail. She
Yeah.
has a rabbit tail.
Yeah,
She's very sweet.
she's very good.
And she's probably like 4 months old.
Super friendly. I'll show them the video. She's so
Look at her
affectionate.
tail, though. Look
Yes,
at that.
yes, we
Is that
saw
not the
that.
cutest thing
Cat
you've ever
Heine.
seen? Look at her.
Yeah. So she was actually in the drainage ditch. She was like, so she was watching us from the drainage ditch, and so we managed to lure her into the house and into the garage, and so she's been hanging in our garage for now because we can't obviously have her around our cats because she might. Well, we're getting her fixed up and so on.
Yeah, she's been dewormed, and I cleaned her ears out, so she's gonna get fixed. But look at her.
She's about what, 3-4 months old?
Probably like 3 or 4 months, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's super cute. Look at that. You guys know you want a Spilito kitten. Look, here, say hi to Amari. You want to document this? This might go poorly. Say hi. Just
Classic.
his All right, Bunny's going back to her. Say bye.
She says bye. Nice, Seraph. Megan is the CEO of Blizzard Enterprises and is the single reason why Roadhog is in the game, so just FYI. And then she moonlights as IRL Genji when she's not working. Mm-hmm. 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 Poopkip, stop crying. Why is my Discord moderator crying? Alright, I'm gonna take a couple more bites and then we'll get into this. Mooning is the abbreviation for mooning, right? Yeah, Megan's a big mooner. This is my shill moment though, because I feel like I know Megan about as well as I know any Blizzard employee, which is not super well, but we were able to spend a lot of time together in LA, and we've obviously talked about a lot of stuff over like the last, I don't know, 6 months. Genuinely, not only is she super, super kind and nice, but she is really good at her job. When we went to LA, for context, I don't know how many creators were there exactly. There might have been 40 to 50. There's a lot of people to manage. Ran smoothly. Nobody had any questions about where they needed to be, when they needed to be. Obviously, a lot of personalities, a lot of people that weren't even from America. Some people didn't even speak super good English. Very well led, well run. Managed a ton of people, a lot of antisocial gamers, and there's just super smooth. And the best part about it is it felt super natural. I was expecting Megan in person to be very like kind of, because you kind of have to be when you're dealing with a lot of people. You kind of have to be the bad guy, but she wasn't like that, and I don't know how. Yes, thank you, Megan. So Megan is a great example of someone who's not only very good at her job, but partly very good at her job because she's just a very kind person. And also, if I can say this, Megan, I'm going to go ahead and say it. She just was married a few weeks ago as well. So Chad, congratulate her as well. And her husband is also excellent because he was at the content creator hanging out afterwards. And we played a lot of games together. Super cool, dude. Super fun.
Real quick.
Yes.
She literally, I had to like major distract her because
She was trying to follow?
She was like bounding up to the door, climbing up my leg. Like literally, I went to walk. She like jumped up on her legs to like grab me and just fell over. It was really cute. That's it.
So yes, Megan is exceptional, and I think you also got promoted, right? I saw the tweet. You're the director or head, I think. I forget what the terminology is, but big stuff for you as well. Great question, Sync. Chad, have you ever known there's a 1-to-1 ratio of people that say mean things to me and the people that pay me money? Sync is a great example. Senior manager, yes. So a big week for you. All right, Chad, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to finish my food. I'm almost done. I'm so sorry for eating your ear. I'm almost done. Man's got to eat. Yeah, if you want to come tell a story, you're more than welcome to.
Well, I don't really have any good stories to tell.
You don't have any good stories to tell.
Well, I can tell them about Grimby.
Mm-hmm.
Grimby, you want to tell a story?
No more cat stories. Too many cat stories.
People love cats. This is Grimby. He's my favorite cat. You guys know him. He he's really providing a lot of entertainment. I was hoping he was gonna do something, but never mind. He's just sort of chilling here. Also, my head's cut off. This is Grimby. Grimby is 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He sleeps with me every night. He's very sweet. He and Amari... Oh, there's Amari. He and Amari are not exactly best friends, but let's see what happens. No.
No, I'm probably him.
Oh, okay, never mind. We don't have to see what happens. We're gonna entertain them. Oh, guys, look, I'm in charge.
Oh, man.
Here's a pumpkin I got, Spilo.
Yeah, it's actually been sitting there the whole time.
At some point, I have to cook it.
Cat is called Grimbjorn.
Grimbjorn is...
What is your proudest coaching moment?
Ooh,
I know one recently, about a month ago, 2 months ago, I had a video about like IRL priorities. I forget what the title of the video was called. And I had coached a 40-something-year-old man a couple days before and talked about his like work-life balance and like his priorities with Overwatch and why he was playing Overwatch and his kids and stuff for like a lot of the review. I think it was a private review. And basically, after the video, I got a message from him, and he had uninstalled Overwatch because he felt like it was taking too much of his time away from his kids. And he had obviously, after our discussion, he'd also seen our video, and he was just basically sent me a long message about how thanking me and that he'd quit Overwatch and was going to put a little bit more time into his kids and do some different stuff with them. Those are my favorite moments. Not that everyone needs to quit Overwatch, right? Most people don't, but some people it's probably the best. So
Can Pepper coach us? Yes.
Pepper's a very good coach, actually.
I'm a very good coach.
Very good coach.
And I'm trying to get better at Widow again.
Just not necessarily at Overwatch.
I'm trying to get better at Widow again so I can
Oh, bye, Megan. I didn't see that she
everyone.
left.
Bye, Megan. I can dumpster everyone in Patreon games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my competitive grind again.
Yep.
My big goals in life are to finally hit Diamond on just Widowmaker and win lots of medals for Silo.
Mm-hmm. She wins lots of medals too. Yeah, exactly, TJ. I would say about 5-10% of the people I coach end up either quitting the game or getting recommended to quit the game.
Oh, so this is my shirt. This is my shirt. And he stole it from me. Very sad.
Can we stop getting more Widow players? Listen, I tell her I freaking hate Widow.
No, Widow's the best. And
Cheers,
when I
Frosty.
actually enjoy playing against other Widows.
Is Pepper subscribed to my Patreon? No.
He's subscribed to my Patreon.
No.
Yes.
No.
He's on my meal plan service.
Actually, that is true. I'm on her meal plan service.
Also,
she's an excellent
somebody
cook.
asked if there's 4 cats in the house, and there are not 4 cats in the house. There's
No.
2 cats in the house.
2 cats in the house, 1 in the garage, and there were 4 cats in the house briefly yesterday because the other stray cat that were getting adopted was in the house. It's a mess.
There's stray cats everywhere around here. Tech knows. Widow's the worst, but she's the best fun. Yeah, exactly. When I see another Widow in on the other team, I'm like, yes. Someone else understands me.
My girlfriend's shirts are the size of my boxer shorts. Bro, you got big cheeks, buddy.
What?
One of the most fundamentally... Yes, thank you, Wasim.
Pepper, Widowmaker is one of the most fundamentally flawed characters. I don't care. I don't care if it's fundamentally flawed. I like to make the rest of you mad. It's fun. Spilo's like, oh, you better mute chat. And I'm like, no. Look at all these people I'm making so angry.
When's the wedding? For who?
Cats.
You saying we should get married? Do you think we should get married?
You want to get married?
No way we should get married. That's too big of a step.
Would you marry a filthy Widow one trick?
No, never.
If he'd only known. Widow mirrors are only fun for the Widow players. Again, I don't care. I'm not playing for your enjoyment. I'm playing
She's a
for my
psychopath
enjoyment.
and honestly deserves all the abuse. Don't do it. It's a trap. Go for children first.
Have your wedding in a custom game lobby. Yeah, I'm gonna
The old Emong wedding? Yeah. Marriage is so overrated. Well, that sucks. Pepper, how long have we been married?
10 years.
10 years as of last Sunday. It's 10 years.
People think we're only 22, so they're trying to figure out the math on that one. Somebody
I enjoy
literally.
going 5 and 12 when I play Widow. Yeah.
Widow's overrated. Shut up! I married my wife before her law school loans. And
Got the Reaper heroic mode IRL. Yeah.
I love Widow and Tricks. Let's keep them all. Yeah, I mean, playing just Widow has its downsides. Like, you really loathe certain characters, but I mean, it's that much more satisfying. Like, if somebody's playing Sombra and they're annoying you, or Lucio and they're annoying you, and you just keep playing Widow and your team still wins, even though they're trying to just bab you the whole game, you feel extremely satisfied. What your favorite Widow skin?
Yes, she makes me watch all the shots. Yes.
Don't marry a Widowmate. You might not live very long. No, he's safe. It's
For now.
It's the other girls that had to worry before we got married. They were the
Yes.
ones that had to worry.
Full psychopath.
My
behavior.
favorite Widow skin, actually, I really like the one you just got me. So the League of Legends one?
No, World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft. I was like, I don't even remember what it is. That one's really cool. I like that one. Can we see you guys Widow 1v1? Yeah, I'll play Widow 1v1. Maybe in a little bit, I'll do some 1v1s with you.
We'll see.
We'll see. I want to see Pepper play all the characters she hates, like Lucy or Winston. Dude, it's just me jumping off a map. Or one time I played Winston on Rialto, and I was like trying to jump to the high ground, just doing like this. This is the high ground, and I was like trying to jump on top. I was like,
Yeah, she's a moron.
Lucio's the same thing. I'm like, woo, ah. Down.
Yo, Dev Dog, thank you for the gifted sub.
Oh man.
Placid Flunky. Congrats on the sub, mate. All right, I gotta read it.
Okay.
Everyone say bye to Pepper Chat.
Goodbye, everyone.
She's
I know
gonna go
you're gonna
slave in
really.
lines.
I know you're all gonna miss me when I'm gone. Farewell.
No, we won't.
Wait, I always wanted to do this. Oh, you're chewing. Dang it.
No, go ahead.
You're gonna choke.
No, I'm not. I got it firmly in my mouth.
Okay. I always wanted to do that. Bye. Back to folding laundry.
Hey, y'all. All right. The only intelligent person in the house. Funny. What happened to the nice lady? We miss her. Frick you, buddy. All right. Getting some misery vibes here. I don't remember misery vibes. Do you guys like Nerds gummy clusters? I don't think I've ever tried that. All right, let's take a look at some of these posts here. I know I'm chewing on like these all natural like candy things that Beth got me. Yum Earth. They're like no sugar added things or something. I don't know. They're pretty good. Yeah, maybe Poke. Yeah, maybe Poke. Okay. Going to bed early, playing in the morning. So okay, let's paraphrase this. Basically, I want to try to do a consistent series if we can, where at least every 3 or 4 weeks, we look through a bunch of Reddit posts, some educational stuff. I give my thoughts on whether I think it's good advice, bad advice, or maybe a lot of these are going to be more questions that we can kind of go over on stream. I don't like doing React content if I don't have anything to add. So we're going to focus specifically on pieces of content that I can provide some advice or some insight on the player either asking the question or talking about the topic itself. So obviously, I think this will be a lot of fun. Maybe this will be a series moving forward. I'm calling it just Town Center for now. Kind of an Age of Empires reference there. I'm insufferable, but yeah, we'll go from that. Okay, going to bed early, playing in the morning, the real hack. If any of you are like me and you feel like you're too old and too slow to play games, just know that as an adult, you have a superpower most of the kids can never have: discipline. If work all day and that's where your energy goes, naturally you don't have anything left afterwards, then you play tired, lose tilt, and lose more, then start to get toxic and resentful. Go to bed. The game will still be there in the morning, I promise, even after you have your coffee. This is actually really good advice. I think it depends on how serious you are about the game. It's not that late night gaming is bad. It's just that late night gaming doesn't provide you the same level of competitive output. I think one of our biggest crimes is treating mental energy and physical energy like they're two separate things, when in reality, everything that we do requires energy. And with video games, the ability to improve and apply yourself is based off of your ability to focus and your ability to apply energy and effort. And that is a finite resource before you sleep or eat or rest or whatever else. And whenever I played to improve, I always played in the early afternoon or late morning. I never ever played at night. I found all of my nightly sessions to be very difficult. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't improve when you play later at night. It's just essentially playing with ankle weights. And the problem is that's kind of, there's like this idea of like playing video games for fun, playing games for improvement, we've always historically treated video games as this fun, just silly thing that we do whatever. We're not treating it seriously. But if it is fun for you to improve, then you need to kind of break the stereotype of when video games are played. And I think playing them early is a huge thing. So this lines up with my experience. This lines up also at the professional level. For example, the last season of the Overwatch League, the second to last season in Overwatch League, and then this was the first season in Overwatch 2, our team actually scrimmaged every day at around 10 or 11 a.m. They'd get up, they'd do a little bit of exercise, take a walk, get some food, warm up, and we would start scrimmaging at our 10 or 11. And the quality of our scrimmages were much, much higher compared to previous to that, where non-professional players had to generally like scrimmage after school or after work around 6 p.m. EST, and the quality of the scrimmages generally were a lot lower. So this is very good advice for improving the quality of your gameplay. I don't know about the quality of games. In my experience, the quality of games earlier in the morning was fine. Didn't seem to be a big issue, but generally the player base is a little bit smaller. But yeah. Okay. Counterwatch is in your head. Many players seem to think that Overwatch is like rock, paper, scissors. D.Va is already a tank, rock, paper, scissors. Yet, in my opinion, I think that team coordination and skill are above anything. Many tanks will be forced to switch by their teammates, but the truth is that counterswap is only good if the whole team plays around it. If the whole team plays dive, yada, 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 a lot of players will play characters they are not good at for the sake of counterswapping. This is very true. The truth is in Overwatch, skill and direction or anything. I'd love to hear thoughts and takes on this. So my take is that Counterwatch is not entirely in your head. One of the natures of the value of Counterwatch is the fact that oftentimes the adjustment that is required to outplay your counters is maybe an adjustment that isn't the most engaging gameplay loop. For example, when I'm playing Reinhardt into, like, let's say a Discord orb, maybe a Roadhog, Orisa, something like that, the level of swinging that I can do when compared to a lot of the other tank matchups is generally a lot lower. I get value out of holding shield, blocking key resources, taking favorable HP trades. I think Ryan versus Orisa has always been a pretty neutral trade. It's just not a very neutral trade in terms of how much fun the players are having. Orisa is more actively engaged. Ryan is much more passively engaged. And then there are certain matchups like D.Va and Zarya where I think D.Va can still be very fun versus Zarya, but you can't actually take the full frontline trade at the same way that you take with maybe some other tanks. And so either you have to adjust and play differently, which is not always super intuitive for lower rank players. Generally, lower rank players is just monkey see, monkey do. First thing that they see, they're going to shoot that. And that's usually the tank, which causes issues with tank counter picking. But then the other thing, as I said earlier, is also the way that you often outplay your counters may not be as engaging. Like if you're playing Winston versus, like let's say a Bastion or a Torbjorn or a Roadhog, what that essentially does is that kind of removes an optional target for you to dive, right? You really can't interact with that character much at all. Whereas like a Winston versus Sigma or Zarya, generally not going to be jumping those characters. There's usually better targets available, but sometimes taking a trade on those heroes is good. So I agree with this to an extent, but I think one of the things that we need to be careful with in our community is being very cautious, and I'm guilty of this myself, being cautious about being counterculture with the statements that we say. Overwatch is not about countering. I know there was an ML7 tweet a long time ago that talked about that. That is objectively incorrect. ML7's a really smart guy, excellent creator, and he created a great conversation. But from an educational standpoint, that is not true. There are other creators out there, and I've been guilty of this too, which say that counters don't exist. That is also not true. We don't need to be operating and communicating in extremes. So it's a good point here where like countering is a thing. It is basically where you're picking a character that demands less effort to get more value. But like this player says, sometimes you'll be forced to swap to a character. A lot of people will swap to a character they're not good at, so ultimately they don't actually get more value. And as I said in the hero misery, you guys saw the Winston one, right? If you counter swap the Winston, oftentimes you get countered by the enemy backline. Going to Bastion and Reaper often exposes you to characters like Ana or Zenyatta or Sojourn and so on. So yeah. But so this is good. This is a good thought-provoking one here. Counter picks don't end you, but counter comps will. Sure. One of the most frustrating things as a tank player is when you get the team that's begging you to counter swap but refuses to switch themselves. That is very true. For example, if you're playing Winston, you've got like a Life Weaver Mercy, and you're playing into a Roadhog. just as much on your supports to counterpick the tank as it is you. In fact, I think supports have a much better matchup versus Roadhog than even the tank. For example, Orisa, Sigma are pretty good versus Hog, but I think honestly, like an Ana deals with the Roadhog significantly more. Or they want you to switch to the enemy's tank counter without taking into account. And the big thing here, and I think I've made a video about this, or I'm going to make a video about this, but the most important factor is the map. Always. Like, it is always the map. The map is the most important thing when it comes to educating your swap. So, you really should never counter pick if the map is really good for your character. Flashpoint Tracer, probably shouldn't be swapping. Gibraltar Winston, probably shouldn't be swapping. Sigma or Zarya, or even Reinhardt in Circuit Royale, probably shouldn't be swapping. Probably shouldn't be swapping. But this is something that people don't talk about enough because it's not as visible. People just focus on and fixate on the most obvious thing, which is the tank. It's not even that necessarily that Overwatch 2 has a tank counter-swapping problem. I think that is definitely true, but the visibility of the tank makes it a lot more intuitive to just counter-swap tank. Is it a realistic goal to be top 500 while working full-time? Yes, but that would probably be the only other thing that you're doing. Probably the only other thing that you're doing. I don't know many people. In fact, I don't really know anybody that is in Grandmaster while working full-time that does other things at the same time. I think the reality of the situation is that you really can only do, I would say, around 3 things well. 3 things well. And then everything else kind of zones out. I would say right now, my 3 things are my job, my fitness/sports/training, and spending time with my wife. Things that I don't do super well is I don't have as good of a social life as I'd like. And I can be a little hit or miss with my other hobbies, which, reading books or playing games. I still do those a lot. Yeah, I still do those a lot, but I don't do those things as much as I'd like. And there's times when I'm working a little bit less and I have more time for those things. There's times when I'm training a little bit less and doing those things, but yeah. Do you agree that most comps work better with 1 flex plus 1 hit scan? Yes. The reason why double hit scan is considered bad is because having a DPS character that can control a longer sightline and a DPS character that can control a shorter sightline is really strong. That's why Tracer, being technically a hit scan hero, works really well with other hit scans because she can complement and control those shorter angles like a projectile can. Ash Junkrat, short versus long. Widow's Reaper, long versus short. Genji Tracer, you have 2 short-range characters, but they're very flexible, so they can find ways to close the distance if you have mobility. Yes. So yeah, I think like something like a Reaper May, like even in that situation, the value of the Reaper is the fact that he has a little bit more mobility than the Mei, so he can take and control angles that she can't control. So having something either with mobility, if you're going to have an immobile DPS, or have something with range, plus like range dynamics. Yeah, exactly, Seraph.
Arthur is lying in the garden like this. Like completely past it.
But that's generally why compositions often have that. You also often have like a higher healing support if there's a tank that you're running with a lot of heals, plus a utility support. Bap Lucio, on a Brig. And basically it's where like more healing is not necessary, so you might as well squeeze value out of either protecting the support, protecting your DPS, or finding value elsewhere. And May Reaper is also like nowadays, May Reaper is also where like your May can control longer angles because of her effective poke damage as well. Like she doesn't even have to be stacked on the tank line. So where does Pharah fit into that? So she has like the verticality and mobility. And so what you would do with Pharah is you would have more often than not probably married to either a hit scan or a tracer. Something that is very mobile and can take angles opposite from her on the floor, or something that can take longer angles. Pharah plus hit scan or Pharah plus flanker is good. Genji, a little bit less so because he has verticality that is redundant with Pharah. Any tips, Jabberwocky? Play all of the tanks in quick play until you find a couple of tanks that you really enjoy playing, and then set some small goals with those tanks. That's pretty much it. Have you seen how Deadlock handles stealth? No, I haven't checked it out. I think I played a little bit of the one stealth character. I forget who she is, but yeah. But I didn't play enough to really have an opinion. I'm not going to look at this. I'm going to avoid hero design discussion here because we could go all day with that one. Don't care about that. Okay, this is just a general advice post. Hayes, yeah, that's it. That's the one I'm thinking of. I don't Jabberwocky. I encourage you just to play the ones that you like. I think if you were playing for like a high level scrimmage team, it'd be worth putting some time into that, but I don't think that's a big priority. I don't mean to sound stupid, but how is Ana a brawl support? I always thought, oh, look, it's my name. I always thought Ana would make sense with a poke composition because she has a longer range weapon, but I routinely hear Spylo say that she's brawl. I've only been playing games in February, take a word for it. My head, she just screams poke. She relies on sightlines. That is true. She's pretty diveable, sort of true, and has lower mobility. I mean, even she has the long distance scope, all these point to poke support. The big thing is her CDs, and to a lesser extent, her nano boost. Ana can absolutely... Ana is one of the most flexible supports. I don't think Ana really functions poorly in any composition. The reason at the highest level, she was not historically played with more sniper composite. I don't even say poke, but sniper kind of compositions, is because nano boost with very slow immobile characters isn't very useful because anti-nade is very easy to deny with some of the more pokey tanks like Aristo Shield back in the day and Sigma. And also, the further away you are, the harder it is to land anti-nade because of the travel time, and the same thing goes with Sleep Dart. In addition to that, when she snipes, she is actually a pretty bad sniper versus other snipers. Does that make sense? Let me give you another analogy. Genji is a bad dive character versus other dive characters because his projectiles are harder to land versus characters like Sombra and Tracer. Because Ana's damage is so low, she's an excellent... And Genji is an excellent dive character versus characters that aren't diving because he's got a great duel. But you put him versus a Tracer, a Sombra, it's hard, right? Thank you, Bit, Ding Dong. But Ana's the same thing, right? She can snipe everybody really well until it's another sniper. Then she just gets outpoked. So the big thing is, basically nade is easier up close, sleep dart is easier up close. So basically you want to play your range versus comps that are a little bit slower and easier to get value out of. But yeah. And nano is very good versus situations where you have some form of mobility or if the enemy composition is nice and close. Thank you for the 9 bits. But yeah, great question, actually. Great question. Was there a point in past when Zarya actually countered D.Va? No, I don't think so. I think more so because 2CP chokes were sometimes a little bit more difficult to break, even with a bit of verticality. Like I think about Hanamura, how does a D.Va break it? You can fly high ground, but it is a little bit trickier. You are more accessible. Volskaya, there's verticality still in those maps, but some of those chokes were a little bit more brutal to take angles with as D.Va. So I think Zarya did better versus D.Va. But also in those situations, D.Va was more of an enabler anyway. Zarya is always a map counter to D.Va. If I'm playing Zarya on, say, Circuit Royale, any flat map, even something like a Havana at times, it can be quite difficult to play D.Va into Zarya at points, right? Very flat points. But it's more of a situational thing. Situational thing. I don't want to say that Zarya doesn't counter D.Va situationally, because she absolutely does. When you can't take an angle or you can't take high ground and avoid her. I saw they dropped rank distribution post season 12. We haven't had one of those since season 9. We actually have. Season 12 had another rank distribution. A minor one. I believe there were too few people in Grandmaster / Champion was the explained thing. So in theory, at the very top, there were more people in Grandmaster. But remember, more people in Grandmaster. Grandmaster is still such a tiny percentage that even if the percentage went from like 0.5 to 1.2, you probably didn't bump up in rank much at all. Because there's so many platinum players. Like you might have gone from plat 3 to plat 2, maybe. Also, I want to talk about something today. Let's have like a somewhat relevant post for this. I want to talk about this with Gavin Winter at some point because this is something that I've kind of griped about a lot, but I want some closure with. I am a big enemy of rank resets. I do not like rank resets. I understand why they're there when there's a rank redistribution necessary. And I think that they're appropriate in that situation. 100%. I like it. Means I'm good with me. I don't understand the psychology of rank resets. I don't know if that motivates people to play or demotivates people to play. So I'm going to step back from that conversation, and that might be a large portion of why they do them. So keep that in mind. But from an objective standpoint, not about motivating people to play, but from a strategical competitive integrity standpoint, they're, from my understanding, objectively bad. Objectively bad, from my understanding. I might be wrong. Let me explain my reasoning. And I've talked about this for a long time. When they first mentioned rank reset, I immediately was a critic because people are like, oh, it's going to put people in the rank that they belong. No, it's not. It does the exact opposite, where there are some people that haven't played for a while. And so when they jump in, they're at a slightly higher or slightly lower rank than they belong, right? But that tends to naturally sort itself out pretty darn quickly, especially with the Overwatch 2 matchmaker, which you have right now, which pretty much sorts people out very quickly. The problem is that while that argument makes sense, like, okay, it's going to shuffle things around, but you're still playing you're still playing games, placement matches with people that don't quite know what rank they're at. In other words, if I'm a Plat 4 player and I haven't played in 6 months, I'm not actually a Plat 4 player, and I'm going to be playing my placement matches as if I'm a Plat 4 player. So I'm still ruining the same games that would otherwise have dropped me a rank. Placement matches move you a little bit faster than your normal rank game, but not by a ton. In addition to that, because placement matches are so important into your actual rank, it is very easy to have a really good day with your placement matches and be boosted, or to have a very bad day with your placement matches and be put in a wrong rank. It makes it extremely swingy. It makes it a lot more volatile. For every reset, the thing is that after rank resets, there are significantly more players in the wrong rank. So you go from ruining a couple of games with a couple of players that haven't played in a long time to where the vast majority of the player base is briefly in the wrong rank. You understand what I'm saying? Like, legitimately. Because think about it. Nobody's consistent, right? You have a bad day. So like, let's say you would normally play at like a gold 2 level. You have like a gold 4 day. Well, guess what? You dropped a gold 4. Or you're a gold 2 player, but you have a plat 5 day. You dropped a plat 5. And so then you have all the games that after the placements, you're either being boosted or you're tanked. So I am convinced that part of the matchmaking complaints that have happened are from the rank resets. Nice, Punda. Well done. Keep up the good work, mate. Keep up the good practice. So the problem with rank resets is it reintroduces randomness and volatility based off of people's inconsistency of quality. In addition to that, the other bad thing about rank resets, and this one is really important. This one is I'm fascinated about here. Listen to this one, okay? It gaslights you, and it makes players miserable. I have worked with more players that since rank reset have dropped a full rank and don't know why. I was this rank last season and I'm playing a lot, and now I'm like plat 4 and I can't understand why. Let me explain to you exactly what happens. Let me give you an example. And this has happened for 50, 60, 70 sessions I've had in the last several months. Rank reset. Do their placement matches. Placement matches go badly. They drop rank. They're in a lower rank than they think they deserve, and they think that they got unlucky. Oh, I'm a Diamond 1 player. I'm in Diamond 5. I don't belong here. I'm just gonna carry this game and pop off. Did you hear what I said? I'm just gonna carry this game and pop off. What happens when that happens? What happens when people try to like change the way that they're or try to adjust or compensate or even come in with a lack of respect for the Diamond 5 lobby? They play a little differently, a little worse. They make poor choices. They disrespect. And then all of a sudden they're losing games. And then you know what happens? They get frustrated, they get tilted, they think they're cursed, and they stay stuck in the same rank. And now they went from being a Diamond 1 into a Diamond 5 player because the system broke their brain, and they're actually now a Diamond 5 player. And it goes from there. I mean, a lot. And the opposite's true as well. I've even had situations where like a Diamond 5 player places in like Diamond 3 or Diamond 2, and goes like, oh, I guess I'm this good here. And either they play confidently and manage to kind of pushes them to another level, which I guess is a potential upside, or they're scared. They just get scared of playing entirely. I'm not going to say who, but I've worked with a streamer recently, and this streamer was very confused about why their alt was a full rank below their main, or vice versa. Their main was a full rank. I don't remember which one was which. A full rank. And I asked this streamer to send me and I basically said what I'm telling you guys, right? Where rank reset and you're playing differently and you don't even really realize it. And this streamer was like, yeah, I had this one fight where I like literally did not know what to do. My teammates were like, they just don't behave like the teammates that I'm used to playing with. And so I get very confused. And I was like, well, send me the clip, send me the code. So I'm not joking here. This person, I'm not gonna even say what hero they main. They went for this really brain dead flank and like mechanically popped off, but basically threw the fight because they were playing legitimately like brain dead. And I basically was like, do you see what you're doing here? Would you ever do something like this in the rank that you're actually in? Like, well, no, but I'm not going to climb out of this rank. I'm like, stop, listen to yourself talk. Listen to yourself talk. And they're like, oh, I need to stop treating this rank like I just need to play well, not play scared, but just play good Overwatch, And then we talked about like the things that they need to be doing better. But basically now all of a sudden there's a bunch of people that have like gaslit themselves into like they don't know what rank they are anymore. They don't know where they are, and it's a mess. So that's my big stance on rank resets. I would love to be proven wrong, but I was open to being wrong. But the more time I have spent, the more my opinion has become more and more negative of rank resets. If you guys have had big drop loss streaks or have been stuck in a bad rank after a rank reset, the reality of the situation is that the system is at fault for gaslighting you, but for you to climb, you just need to play Overwatch correctly. You just need to play the way you've always played. You don't need to make adjustments. So it is your personal responsibility to fix it, but it's also my personal responsibility as a content creator to raise a lot of questions about why there are so many people that are making the same mistake. Yeah, exactly, Poke. So take personal responsibility, but be aware of what I said. Be cautioned. If your rank boosts you or your rank drops you, just play Overwatch. Play Overwatch. And I'm going to try to do my best in my end of things to try to change that, or at least get more information, because maybe I'm wrong. Obviously, rank is a very volatile and psychological thing where a lot of people, like I've talked with a lot of people about Force 50-50 Overwatch and how silly that is, right? So, something to consider. And the reality of the situation is too is maybe you just did get worse. Maybe you are a worse player. Whether you're worse or whether you're not worse, it doesn't really matter. Just play the game. I've been playing Overwatch since the beginning. If you're truly skilled, you'll climb. It's not your teammates. For the longest time, I've believed this. I even get this advice, but I've started to question that mindset. Over the past several seasons, I've been playing more than ever. I feel like I'm playing better than ever before. Yet I consistently keep getting matched with teammates who seem to underperform or do not belong at this rank. But not beside doing everything to improve a drop to gold 3. Yeah, so basically this player, okay, this is the reality of the situation. This is the reality of the situation. If you're diamond 4 and you've gold 3, you're just a worse player. You're worse. The system might have made you a little bit worse or encouraged that snowball. You are worse. Like there's no way that you individually are playing at anywhere approaching a mid plat, high plat, or even low diamond level if you're gold 3. What's probably happened is that you had a genuinely unlucky or bad streak and you responded to it very poorly. I've worked with dozens of players, even just in the last 6 months, that have had a similar story, and it's always the same story. You always pull up the code and you go, what the frick are you doing? What the frick are you doing? And then generally the reason why they're doing that is because they're upset or distracted or emotionally involved and invested. The game's matchmaker is not bad. The game's matchmaker is fine. The rank system might be bad, but the matchmaker is fine. You're just not that good. Now, I'm going to be going to war for you to help prevent this kind of gaslighting from happening. But yeah. I have never... Okay, actually, that's not true. I've only seen one VOD, I think in the past... I see one VOD out of every, like, let's say, put it this way, out of every several hundred where I feel the player's out of the rank. either a little bit better or a little bit worse than I think that they belong. I had a Cassidy VOD about 3 or 4 months ago where I think there was like a gold Cassidy. I felt like he was a high plat player from what we saw. I think part of the problem was that how consistently he was playing and maybe his tilting sometimes. But when he was playing normally, he was legitimately a very good high plat, low diamond player in terms of how he positioned and how his mechanics were. But that was also partly because he wasn't playing enough and he had a bit of a tilt issue. And vice versa. I've seen a couple players that I think have just been a little lucky, right? Especially after the rank resets, but almost without exception, it doesn't happen. Yes, absolutely, Avian. Meta absolutely can boost people. How meta boosts people is people play a strong character and win games versus people not playing the strong character. This is the case with Malga in Season 8, and this will always be the case when there's a very strong individual character. If you play the character and the other team doesn't play the character, you will have a small increased chance of winning that game, which can boost you. If everybody plays a character all the time, it's impossible to be boosted. But if some teams don't choose to play a character, now I don't know if Juno is necessarily that character that much, but there have been times where that's the case. I got an account in almost every rank. I can assure you I'm not the problem. I've had teammates in the highest ranks play like literal bots. Nah, this is. See, people are just unreliable narrators. They always are. They always are. The placement system in Overwatch. I agree. I don't understand the placement system in Overwatch. You can basically, the problem with the placement system in Overwatch is the same reason why rank resets are mismatched, because you can have very good placements and really boost your MMR because it's this very small sample size. Basically, this is kind of the way I would describe it, is when you get better at a game, you increase the numbers on your dice roll. So you go from rolling a 1 out of 6 to being a platinum player where you can roll a 6 to 12. You're still going to have a very big spectrum of the quality of your play. In addition, there's chances that you might play with really good teammates and so on. But you're not going to, if you continually roll the dice 6 through 12, you're going to have the same number eventually come out and even it out. Your individual experience, especially early in rank resets and placements, is not a reflection of the matchmaker, outside of maybe the matchmaker is a little bit too volatile initially on placements. I've had teammates in the highest ranks play like literal bots. I mean, do you think a Master GM player would do that ever? I mean, replay code or garbage. Replay code or garbage. This reminds me a great deal of people that complain about being falsely banned, which has happened sometimes with Blizzard CS, but in the vast majority of circumstances that I'm aware of, it's usually they weren't being truthful. I just saw an example the other day of where somebody was like, oh, I got banned for no experience, and then they got fact-checked. And, oh, actually, no, this was your 4th offense. You're just not telling the truth. Sadly, people are just very unreliable. Not even because they're dishonest, but because they don't remember, they don't recall correctly. If someone in my rank tried to coach me in game, I think that's pretty cringe. You think you're better than you are. Yeah. While with all due respect, offering constructive feedback is generally considered acceptable. It's not. It's not. It's not. Offering constructive criticism is never acceptable at any rank. And as somebody that played in Grandmaster for a long period of time and has coached Grandmaster players for a long period of time, it's not acceptable. This is just cope. And this is the first red flag where offering constructive feedback is probably why this player is gold 3 now. Because not only are they probably tilting their teammates, but more importantly, they're taking the attention away from themselves because they don't feel like they belong at the rank that they belong. And remember what we just freaking talked about. Here it goes. Here it goes. I'm with you if the rank reset and the initial placement puts you in those circumstances where it's likely to pull the worst out of you, but this is exactly what the issue is. Answer is always the same, post a replay code, exactly. Your skill staggered, that's a very good yeah. Is it okay to play with my friends that are low rank? Yeah, sure. You might. Wide matches can definitely be pretty difficult. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Hope that kind of makes sense, guys. It is a very confusing topic that is exacerbated by systems that I don't think are fully thought out, like the matchmaker, or like the rank reset and the placement system. But then the unreliable narrator / egotistical / lack of self-reflection / lack of self-discipline of the player base takes that awkward system and makes it into a really, really ugly mess. Really ugly mess. And that's the problem with these. It's like giving a toddler, it's like letting a toddler with a dirty diaper run around the house. The toddler is going to make a mess out of things. You get what I'm saying? So we can blame the adults for change, but it's still the toddlers running around. It's going to be a mess. That's probably one of the worst analogies I think I've ever done. That's funny, right? All right, I'm going to eat another one of these little things. I like when people give me good feedback in game. Well, that's the funny thing is if anybody has actually learned a lot about coaching, and this is something that I've always tried to, I'm trying to improve at this myself, but providing positive reinforcement for good things. I think that's something that I could be improving with my coaching, frankly. But it's very important for provoking change. Of course, think. Mm-hmm. Well, it feels good. It feels good to get positive reinforcement. And I don't necessarily do it just for the coaching quality, although that's definitely a priority, but because it just feels good to build rapport with somebody. And I'm not immune from that, right? Like, even if you're aware that somebody's doing it to encourage you, that's still nice, right? I like positive reinforcement. Yeah, Lindiel, we're trying to work that out. I had a meeting with my project manager, Poopkip, yesterday, trying to talk about booking, because I'm actually booked out 3 months now. Part of it's because I took 2 weeks off for Christmas, but yeah, it's a bit of an issue. Okay, how are you actually supposed to rank up as a support? Every time I see someone give advice as support, there's always people saying, oh, it's fine, just DPS and you'll rank up, which is good to know, but what's the point DPSing getting 1-2 kills, the rest of the team dies to the rest. I've seen Spilo do VOD reviews for support have been helpful, but when I'm doing well, I still lose because my teammates aren't doing well. The problem with support is that people feel like there's like some huge mindset shift that you have to go into with the support. And the reality of the situation is just ask yourself, where can I be providing value right now? Who's the most important person to heal? Should I be doing damage? Should I be doing like there's nothing different about the way you improve as support outside of the fact that you have another way of getting value. I won't even say another responsibility. You just have another way of getting value. Like, for example, right now, is it better to heal my Ryan for 75 HP or to do 75 damage as Ana, right? And you just look at the situation and you make that decision. The problem is people get like super philosophical about this. And I think it's one of the worst things that you can do for yourself is getting philosophical about how you need to play the game. You just need to look at the situation and be like, what should I do right now? Should I anti-nade? Should I damage boost or heal? And like, I think like the problem is that I think if you just break things down to like their most basic questions and answers, you just simplify the whole process. Like if, for example, this person, Hunter X, let's say they're playing a Zenyatta character and they're playing Zen and all I'd ask them is I wouldn't say, how do you play Zenyatta as a support? No. Where should you be right now? Where can you get value right now? Is that worth the risk? Is that worth the reward? Should you be playing cover? Where should your Harmony Orb be? Why? Where should your Discord be? Why? Should you be alt firing or primary firing? And once you kind of have like an understanding of like how the kit works, most players that even haven't watched my sessions in like gold can generally answer those questions to like an 80-85% accuracy level. And so then all you do is you highlight where their actions differentiate from what they know and be like, okay, well then can we fix this? How do you fix this? How do you improve this? I think in many ways, like focusing like actually focusing on the micro can be useful because it takes some of the fuzzy wuzziness out of it. Like the fun, like not micro, like how do you 1v1 a Genji as Zenyatta, but like, are you using your alternate versus primary fire correctly? Are you using cover well? Is your Harmony Orb on the right target at the right time? Do you know where the enemies are? You know? What's up, Phonera? I just think like the idea with support is like because you have more things that you can do, it can get confusing. But if you break it down to like the very bare bones, it just do the thing. Trying to build the habits that match your knowledge, exactly. And then get a new idea from watching one of my videos or somebody else's coaching videos or watching a pro player play, and then try to see if you can implement that in your gameplay and win where it's appropriate. Do you think if I have a pre-made support is yeah, Lucia Moore is fine. What rank are you, Labilis? But yeah. So when you watch one of my VOD reviews, you really should just be taking one of the tips that I give and try to work on applying in your own game, and then actually going back and watching yourself try to apply it. That's the key thing. People always forget that second step. Like go back and watch, like try and see yourself apply it. How's it go? And also keep in mind that's not going to improve immediately. Like being like, there aren't good like anything else in life. Good tips don't necessarily make you play better right now either.
You have working with players, what kinds of people have you tended to notice gravitate towards playing each role? For example, would you say it's accurate that more egotistical players played?
Yes, louder, more communicative leaders play tank. More egotistical, mechanical focused play DPS. And more enablers play support. And obviously the main support and flex support, like Ana versus Zenyatta. So I consider myself mostly a support player based off of my history with Overwatch. But there's a reason that I play Ana Zenyatta. Very aggressive, very egotistical. If I see a 50-50 duel, that I will always take it. I have a great confidence in my ability to win duels, even with watch mechanics. And so I gravitated towards characters that play that. It's not so much the roles, so much as it is the heroes within the roles. I play more like a DPS hero than I do like a support, but that's why I play Ana Zenyatta, right? Whereas like you could see some DPS heroes, like, I'm trying to think of like a good example here. There aren't a lot of DPS heroes that play more passively, but you know, you can have characters that play more snipers that are situationally not quite as ballsy. Plat support GM DPS. Oh, yeah. Moira Lucy will definitely start to become more challenging at Grandmaster. You'll need to make some adjustments, not to your hero pool, but you're really going to need to learn the matchups, but it is possible. What's up, Alpha? I think for me, it's more about like the player mentality creates their hero pool, and or the hero pool creates their character. Like Junkrat players are generally pretty crazy and creative because that's what the character demands, right? It's going well, mate. Comp anxiety and shame. Hi guys, I'm an autistic girl, PC hitscan player. When I play comp, my aim always gets extremely shaky and I become anxious, stressed out, and ashamed on every missed shot. I play Ashe the most, but the social anxiety and panic makes me scared to scope shoot on her, so I've only been picking soldier and I can't ever finish a kill. I play submissively and very clumsily. I die a lot. Everybody else in comp is so confident, try to make plays and take duels, but I can't build the courage or confidence to do it. I've been on a loss streak, so I'm covered with shame, and I know that I don't deserve the rank. I know the solution is to play more. I feel so ashamed of myself for always having the least damage and the most death. I try to aim train. I don't know how many hours to put in my aim in the game. I always get affected by anxiety and panic. Do you guys know how to overcome the fear that stands in the way of performance? Yeah, so the best way to do this is to just play more, like she says. So she's on the right track. You just need to play more. Man, these kind of situations are tough. Because you kind of need to. You need coaching. You need coaching. You need somebody to be in your ear telling you to shut up and calm down. You're doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? Like you legit need somebody in your ear telling you to shut. No, I don't think Vax is the play here. She already says that she does a lot of aim training, but when she gets into ranked, she gets shaky and anxious. So that's the thing, is she just needs to keep playing ranked. But you do need somebody to be able to kind of pull you out of the competitive side of it and just be like, hey, you're just playing here. I think the biggest thing here would be don't join voice, don't join chat, set some small goals, and just play. Just play. Yes, you desperately need positive reinforcement here. I think the only objective two things that this person needs is positive reinforcement and repetition. Positive reinforcement and repetition. I think anything else is just goofy advice, which wouldn't really help. She just needs positive reinforcement and repetition over and over and over again. And so what might be useful for this player is to practice giving herself good feedback. Okay, I did a good angle there. That was a good angle there. That was a good angle there. Like self-talk, which normally I don't really think is crucial and maybe a little bit overrated and a little bit corny. But honestly, this player might benefit from some self-talk. And self, like just positive. Nice. That's good. That's good. Nice job. Okay, keep going. Keep going. You're doing great. You know, like just keep yourself motivated off of that. I had a lot of competitive anxiety when I first started playing. I just kind of grit my teeth and play through it. And then I managed to kind of get over it. But if this person is really struggling to grit their teeth, they need someone to help them to make that transition. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Self-feedback doesn't work if you're gaslighting yourself. Yeah, it's very difficult. Yes. It's basically like kind of like the idea of like somebody that's struggling to improve at a skill and has kind of like hit a brick wall. Like somebody being in their corner can be a great, like community really helps to provoke change. I'm almost tempted to add this person. Yes, it's a social anxiety and panic, right? This is also pretty good advice as well. Like if the process really isn't feeling good for you, then don't roll with it. I will say that like this is an opportunity for this player to develop themselves as a person and to overcome a weakness that, I mean, I think building the confidence, like here's the thing, you build confidence by doing things, right? So if this person is somebody that struggles with confidence outside of Overwatch, forcing themselves to grit their teeth with some support and just get over it with repetition, that's going to build a lot of confidence because you're going to be like, hey, I've been in a really painful, agonizing, nasty, stressful situation, and I conquered it, right? I beat that, right? We used to deal with this kind of stuff all the time with mixed martial arts. Young kids, teenagers, adults, anxious about it, stressed about it, and being able to face their fears but obviously the thing about that made it a lot easier is because they have their team, the coach, myself, or whatever else, providing positive reinforcements and encouraging and keeping it fun. And that's why it was so much easier. But doing it by yourself is hard. But if she's able to do it, huge W if she could do it. Cheers, Saber. Dude, honestly, I'm gonna add this person. New client? Well, that's not why we're doing this, guys. Okay. What is your opinion on the map reworks, especially Havana and Circuit? Mostly good. I still think Havana could use a little bit more love. And I was a little bit confused about the first point Circuit flank. You guys know what I'm talking about? Not the one that goes to their high ground, but the one like right in spawn, like the staircase kind of does like a little circle. It's like, what was the point of that? I didn't understand that at all. New client, oh yeah. And I don't know. I think better, but a wind tunnel is still a wind tunnel. You get what I'm saying? It's better. It's better. I think we'll let it cook and we'll reevaluate. But I agree. I don't think it's like, oh, Havana's a good map now. Maybe. Is there a correlation between scrim rating and ranked? Yes, a very high correlation. However, if you're a very communicative player and you are working with players that communicate well with you and coordinate well with you, you can always overperform. I have actually worked with players and teams before that were able to punch up like a full rank and a half in their scrims before. It gets really hard, right? Like they're just so much better mechanically and know their characters so much better, but yeah, you can. But there is going to be a high correlation. Is this going to be on YouTube later? Maybe. I mean, the Spylo 3, you guys know about Spylo 3, right? Like all the stream VODs go up to Spylo 3, but like in terms of actual edited video, maybe. What ranker supports no longer expected to heal bot? I mean, any rank. Okay, actually, you know what? That's not a good question. That's not a good answer. Are they no longer expected to heal bot? Diamond, probably. Diamond. I think at that point, players are generally a little bit more experienced and understand like what the support role is. But it's a spectrum, right? Plat, Diamond, Masters. People start to understand. Now, you should never change how you play. I think that's not what the question's asking. It's when do people stop comparing heal numbers because they actually understand that the support rule is more dynamic than that. And I would say like Plat, Diamond, whatever, Masters. That being said, you will still be flamed even in Grandmaster by morons. So it never really stops. It just happens less often. Am I taking hot takes, Lexa? I don't know. What's your hot take? Yeah, exactly, Alpha. It still happens. I really don't want to look at this review here. This is just more of like a rage post, rage bait, whatever. I don't really know. It's nothing. We already kind of talked about damage. They move forward. I move back. Hot take Overwatch 2 is fun. Hanzo, oh my gosh, Lexa. Hanzo should have gotten the Sylvanas skin instead of Widowmaker. Don't mean looks good at Widow, but lose interaction. They would never use a bow, and Hanzo is the bow guide or sort of. Lexa, counterpoint. Hanzo's not a popular character when compared to Widowmaker. Widowmaker has booty cheeks and is popular. So that's your counterpoint. I mean, sorry. So, you know. I mean, it not even from just like a male standpoint, just like there's a either you have cool male characters or cute, attractive female characters get the majority of skins. That's just how it goes. Like you literally can look at the number of skins and see the correlation. Popular characters are armored, fast, or attractive. That's pretty much it. If they're not attractive or awkward or clunky, they're not going to get skins. So yeah. Sex sells, and partly, I mean, it's also just cool. I mean, I when we did the skin tier list with SVB many years ago, I mean, Diva, this is before a lot of the other characters came out. Ryan, Genji, they're all top in the list. Mercy. I mean, I think Hanzo is cool as well, but Hanzo is a much more nuanced, mature, complicated cool. It's not surface level cool. And most people, like if we were to write, let's put it this way. I would rather watch a Hanzo TV show or read a Hanzo book than I would a Diva book or Diva TV show or Kiriko TV show or heck, even a Genji TV show. I mean, Genji kind of is a more complicated backstory, but you guys get what I'm saying. More like there's more complicated emotions there, but that's not the reason why people buy skins. You get what I'm saying? From a storytelling and personality standpoint, those characters are much more interesting to me. But, yeah. Yes, Lexa. No, I never. No sense of humor here. Also, I just realized the lighting is so freaking bad. I don't give a frick, honestly. Winston is a disappointing lack of amazing skins. Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of a goofy gorilla, right? People don't play Winston for how cool he looks. I mean, some people do like his dumb personality, but people play Winston because he's fun, you know? And so, like, if anything, Winston's goofy personality is part of the reason why he isn't more popular, because I think he's a lot of fun. Poopy, a freaking shilling for me. This guy is unreal. Cheers, Sync. Is Wrecking Wheel attractive, yes or no? You guys are unreal. Been Hardstick Silver for 6 years. Thousands of hours. Quality, not quantity. Yeah, I mean, these are the type of players that I don't... We'd have to delve into a call with a player like this. Going through the motions won't get you any significant improvement in life. That's true. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a conversation we've had before. You have to apply yourself. You have to self-evaluate. You have to look at your training habits, what you're playing, how you're playing, your mentality. Are you playing? And it's just it's a big deal. Somebody has to be silver. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people don't realize this. I think one of the biggest misconceptions that people have about life is that if I do something, I'm going to be better than... I do something more, I'll be better than you, which is not always necessarily true. But the other thing is that, like, when, like, the ELO systems... Guys, ELO is relative. ELO is relative. Like, if you're silver, you're better than, like, 15% of the player base. Like, there are 15% of players that you are better at. And then there's, like, however 85% better than you, right? Playing more doesn't mean that you deserve a higher rank, because everybody is playing. There's a lot of players playing a lot. So how are you going to do it better? Right. So it's not just about, like, pouring hours into it doesn't matter, but also everybody else is pouring hours. What makes you unique? You know what I'm saying? How are you special? What do you do better? What are you going to do better than everybody else? And if you can't answer that question, playing more this isn't like, hey, I'm going to dig a hole and I'm going to keep digging and the hole is going to get deeper. No, you got to dig the hole faster than everybody else or better than everybody else. You know? Heck, you don't even have to, like, rank up now before everyone gets good. Like, there's no rush. Like, you could pick up Overwatch now and probably be higher ranked than a lot of the player base in 6-7 months just because you're so efficient with how you use your time. You just have to be better than everybody else. And the average rate of improvement's really freaking slow. The other thing as well is it's really easy to play catch up because people can find ways to skip steps. For example, the educational content right now is the best it's ever been in Overwatch history. It is easier to get good advice of how to play the game generally, and to do so, to have fun while doing so now than it has ever been in Overwatch's history. So it's actually faster and more efficient to pick up the game later. So you're just skipping steps that all of us had to put in the sweat and time to figure out, right? Even how to aim train properly, what is a good hero pull, like what is a good sensitivity, all that kind of stuff has been solved. So you just got to be better. Like, people have this entitlement when it comes to just putting in time and then getting an output of more rank, but that's just not how it works, man. So... I mean, who is the Treehouse Dave or whatever that guy was that put in, I don't even know how many tens of thousands of hours in Overwatch? I remember that. I don't even know if he plays anymore, but I remember knowing about him like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And the guy was like bronze. I think he was legitimately bronze. You know? There's nothing wrong with being a lower rank. It just, if you expect yourself to be a higher rank without putting in the high effort, then you're not going to. So... Okay, Winter Duck. And the answer is yes, it is very possible to never improve. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your brain. It just means that there's something wrong with how you approach Overwatch. No, actually, that's not even true. There's actually nothing wrong with how you're approaching Overwatch. You're just not approaching it in the way that you think that you ought to. I mean, how many hours have I put in Overwatch since I hit Grandmaster? Hundreds of hours since I hit Grandmaster in 2018. I don't play it near as much as I used to, but I've not. I think if I've probably stayed about the same skill level on most characters and gotten worse at some of them. I'm a worse Genji than I was 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Hey, Disable. Disable. Oh, it took me 2 days to reach top rank in Halo. Well, there you go. Bro, I was doing some ranked with Commander X yesterday, just chilling, and I decided to pick up Sojourn because I was like, hey, maybe I can see how these new changes. And I've always been a really bad Sojourn, right? Like really, really bad Sojourn. The mechanics never made sense for me. I played 5 or 6 games of Sojourn, and I was trying to lock in really hard on my rail mechanics, like relaxing and reading the movement. And within 5 or 6 games, I saw noticeable improvement in my rail control. Not that I was hitting headshots every time, but it just felt so much more fluid and transitioning, more fluid than I'd ever played, because I'd never played 5 or 6 games of Sojourn focusing on my mechanics before. And it was probably the best I've ever felt with rails with Sojourn, just because I put in a little bit of focused practice, like almost immediate impact. But it, it took a level of intention, And I've played 85 hours in a row. I can barely get diamond. I have 10 hours in Brigitte and playing. So with lower numbers on characters, it might be that, number one, you're playing a really good character, a really easy skill floor character. It could be a bit of luck, placement luck. We talked about that one earlier. The other reality is that the first character that you learn generally is the character that has the most baggage when it comes to bad habits and the slow it, because you were learning first-person shooters when you were playing Roadhog. You were learning Overwatch. You were building bad habits, building good habits, and learning how the game works. And then you pivoted to a new character. You brought your mouse control. You brought your awareness. You brought your idea of what Overwatch is all about onto a new character and immediately got better. That's how it works. Genji is one of my weakest DPS characters, but yet he's the one that I think I have more hours in Genji than I do on any other character. No, sorry, second or third most. You bring baggage into a role, and you bring baggage into a hero. And then also, you're not starting from scratch when you learn a new character. Right? You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from all the fundamentals that you can pull into that. A lot of them even mechanical. So all these questions kind of, in my opinion, miss the point here. Although this is fairly accurate, but yeah. Why are Reaper Tracer and Sombra not considered hit scan? I mean, they are. The reason that they're just not considered hit scan is because when people are looking for a hit scan, what they really mean is they're looking for a mid to long range DPS. And Reaper Tracer Sombra is not that. Now, Tracer can fill that because she is so incredibly mobile. She's able to close long distances quickly with staging. But it's people call that hit scan. Excuse me. They're more looking for range pressure and consistent range pressure through something like, an Ashe, Widow, Cassidy soldier. They're technically hit scan. But when people say hit scan, they usually mean the range of the character, not the actual projectile type. Is it not partly about hero pools in pro play? Yeah, but even in like ranked play, when people want to hit scan, why do they want to hit scan? They want it because there's a Pharah that we need to poke out of the sky, or we're on Havana and it is a very open map, so. Serious question. How am I supposed to improve at certain heroes if I get yelled at when I try to, not in ranked? People are morons, dude. People are morons. When I got flamed a couple times playing Venture and Quick Play and Juno and Quick Play the first day that they were out, People are just awful. People are just weird. As long as you're trying something, or learning or experimenting, you should just play. This is just basically, why are people mean? Well, yeah. People are mean sometimes. That's just how it is. That's just how it goes, mate. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. People want to win in any mode. Exactly. Exactly. So I've got about an hour before I have to go. Do you guys want to see some more? Do you guys want to do some Junkenstein's lab? Hey, who wants to play Junkenstein's lab with me? Do you guys want to do some viewer games? We could do some Nightbot giveaways. Random, if any of you guys want to play. Why don't we do that? I'll do a giveaway here, and it won't be sub only either. All right. Junkenstein's lab with viewers. Yeah, that's fine. Amy the Gaming Princess. What a name. Add viewers. Doing random giveaway every 15 minutes or so. What should be our keyword, guys? Let's just do enter. Let's do subscribers get slightly more luck. And I think we're good. All right. Keyword is enter. You can be any rank. You can be console, PC. You just need to be logged on and have your battle tag. That's it. Type enter in the chat. What Winter Duck just did. Do that. And then we'll get you in. This is not really a giveaway. This is just so you guys, we can play. We'll get 4 players and we'll roll it. We playing quick play? No, we're doing Junkenstein's lab. But I want to do it with everybody if we can. Yeah, my big complaint with Junkenstein's laboratory. So I wanted to make a video about this. Maybe I could do my like kind of recorded thoughts here. I think Junkenstein's laboratory is amazing. I think that they're definitely testing some stuff out with their interview with SVB a few months ago that definitely implied that they're trying out some new stuff. I don't know how I feel about this, any of the stuff entering the main game, but this being a consistent alternative way of playing the game would be super cool. I like the fact that I don't like the fact that it's random. I think the randomness makes for a really fun arcade experience, but for a competitive experience, not good. But for an arcade experience, it's great. I love the variety of bonuses. I think that I would say as many as 60, 65 of the bonuses I think are good. The other ones are bad, but it's a silly mode, so it doesn't really matter that much. But from like, I think a lot of them have a lot of potential for being really cool, really interesting. I think my biggest complaint is just like the hero selection. I think is kind of dookie for the supports specifically, and to a lesser extent the tanks. I think Ryan's fine. I think even Orisa has her moments, but I think the support cast is like Kiriko, Mercy, Lifeweaver was just agony, honestly. But I think the DPS cast is like fairly decent. Obviously, the balancing of things is pretty wonky. I think Pharah's really good. I actually don't think Genji's that good. I think situationally can be okay, but like in the heroes that are available, he's kind of bad. And Reaper's pretty terrible. All right, let's start rolling here. Get your battle tags ready, y'all. Avocado. Okay. Avocado adorable. But yeah, I think it's super fun. Swanson, battle tag. Just drop it in chat if you guys want to. Wolfman. Vovo. Sending request. Hoover. What's up, IGT? Or IG23?
Nothing to see here.
Yes, nothing to see at all. Sending requests. Yeah. And some of them are super like top heavy as well, and also like my criticism would be that some of the bonuses are like too high in tier that aren't that good, and some of the lower ones are too valuable. But like most of these are just me being fun police here. I don't think they're actually that big of a deal. It's fun as is. Oh yeah, I sent you a friend request. I'm still waiting on. Who else won, chat? Who else won? Avocadorable. Got it. Flow. We're just waiting on Avocadorable. Yeah, those are cool schools, D-Man. That's hilarious, Winter Duck. Me, yes. Battle tag. Battle tag Avocadorable. And then we'll go. Do you think they'll push the mutations to comp? I hope not. I don't think that we're likely to see that stuff if we do see it for a long period of time. But there's a chance that they experiment with at least an alternative game mode. And I think there's also a chance that maybe some of those are like potential balance changes for the future that they're experimenting with. You pass? Okay. We will re-roll then. IG23 Flex, proof that subscription immediately guarantees your ability to play with me. I like the fire strike animation. Yep. Kyle, one of my Blizzard buddies, put that one together. He made a tweet about it. Oh yeah, you gotta accept the invite, man. I'm gonna try sending it one more time. IG23, drop the battle tag, mate. Got it? All right, I think we're all set here. God bless Kyle. He does some great work. All the art team at Overwatch does. Let's win some games. Yes, if we lose, I'm going to flip out. I'm going to rage, punch a hole in drywall, blame each of you personally, dox you, live. Yeah, you know, totally unstable. Royal Beard, I appreciate the attempt there, mate. I sent the friend request. IG23, there we go. Why do I feel like it's like IG88 from Overwatch or something? Player not found. What the frick? Hello? There we go. There we go. Okay, let's do this, y'all. And I'll turn on the audio in a second here. So content vet, yes. All right, y'all, let's roll. Everyone's being a flex while everyone's being a friendly Frank here. Yeah, some of the changes are, I mean, I would say 90% of the changes are total silly mode. Like, not actually serious, but it's still fun to think about them as if, like, what if they were, like, please take your anger out on me, master. I don't like anime, but I kind of like this type of music, I'm not going to lie. Reminds me of, like, Sonic stuff from, like, the early 2000s. It's kind of, like, simple, fun.
This
That's pretty good,
the
actually. I
tale
kind of like that.
Of Junkenstein's laboratory.
What should I play, chat? Ash? Certified Sonic lover? Not really. I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle as a kid, and I really liked it at friends' houses and stuff. Soldier or Reaper, y'all? Soldier or Reaper? Or Pharah. Because Ash is taken from, Reaper? Man, you guys are psychopaths. I think that's a good one. I think this is probably a good one, too. I feel like this one's good, too. I don't know. I'm honestly not too sure.
The best things in life in small packages.
Whenever been blasting dubstep every night and morning from 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. and screaming.
Hiya.
Set fire to your apartment.
5, 4,
The whole thing.
3,
Get insurance, set fire.
1. The first night.
No! What the frick, man?
Hi.
Is the game audio too loud?
Enemy spotted.
Diva ruins this mode. Yeah, some of the tank ones are pretty brutal.
Flanking.
I think the... I'll talk about it in a second.
Good. Junkenstein's profane trial commenced.
You're
Just give me a second, y'all. I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up.
What's up?
Over there.
Enemy spotted.
Barriers down.
Help me.
Enemy sighted. A bad omen comes.
There's one here. Feel better? Let's wipe them out. You can't escape me. Enemy spotted.
Death appears.
This is the most honest Reaper gameplay you're ever gonna see in your life.
I need help.
Good old honest clearing angles doing 0 damage.
I understand.
Flanking.
Dude, I looked at chat and I TP'd to the wrong wall.
My bitch is bright. She's gonna blow.
Sin was behind me. I'm dead. I sandwiched myself, chat. Frick.
Get them off the objective.
There's one. Cloaked in
I'm on the objective. There's one here. I'm on fire. Activating self-destruct sequence. Get in there, Beelzebub. Dunked on. Hiya. Spotted them.
a bad omen comes. Death Blossom is ready. The shadows coalesce.
What? I was so early. Like, I could have just waited. I don't know why I went. Like, it was way too early. He even saw me coming.
My vision's bright.
Whereas he is way later, and so it works.
Cloaked in shadow.
Who? Ah! Ah!
Under my
No! Dang it, man.
Get ready. 안녕.
Pass
My bad.
into the unknown.
The heroes left beaten.
I'm gonna have a strawberry little piece of shogi shogi.
No.
That was so dumb, man.
2-1.
That was so dumb. Okay, surely I'm gonna get a broken passive
Take
here.
heed of your allies' new talents, my subject. You will be stronger.
What are you guys
together.
saying? I feel like it's either Ghostly Gate or Swift Shadow. I don't think that positional damage matters that much. It's too situational and it's not enough of a bonus. It doesn't like change too many breakpoints, I don't think. It's not coming off! Also the Furious Fire I think is like not that good. Swift Shadow? Alright.
Hi.
Poop, Kip, stop digging your rage out in my Twitch chat. You'll survive.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Blue Beam Stam, stop playing Overwatch.
Night commence.
Where the shadows.
Hey. 안녕. Big guy.
I'm dead. Wreck me, man. Don't too fast. Okay, are we fighting here or not? Mechanics! Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Ah! I pressed shift too late. Dude, that soldier needs to die, and then I needed to angle on this Zen. He was right there. I keep getting pincered with the Zen. I know! Shut up, Tetris! You're just the nerdiest piece of garbage I've ever seen in my life. You understand?
There's one here.
Enemies sighted.
I am different. Who are you?
Activating self-destruct sequence.
No! 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 No!
They had been felled, but their spirits
Dude, this
sought
is
revenge.
incredible. This is incredible. This is incredible. This is incredible.
With a vengeance. Flanking.
Just wait. Just wait. Just give me a second. Ah! The ping! I knew he was gonna do that! You're in PPM, yeah. You're a PPM.
But the fray carried on. Though the battle had ended,
mind. Never mind.
though the second night was lost, hope still remained.
Getting diffed by, is that his name? Gooner Man? Dude.
0 to 2.
Pain is inevitable.
You guys are about to see me unlock a level you didn't think I had.
4, 3, 2.
You guys are about to see me unlock a level you didn't think I had.
The third night fell.
Death appears.
Now I really wish I had faster Wraith. Frick me. I may have taken my hand off the keyboard because I was tilted. Monster Susu, by the way.
The doctor's crooked arena had opened.
I keep TPing in, thinking I'm safe, and then I'm not.
A taste of poison.
So my Scarecrow just like legit wins that.
Over there. Watch here. Feel better?
No! Dang it, dude! I legit. How did that happen, dude? Like, how is that physically possible? Dude, these are literally the collection of the stupidest plays I've ever seen on Reaper. What is going on?
The objective. Help me.
What is going on?
Cloaked in shadow.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
I'm good to go.
Take the point.
Flanking. Die.
Ah! It's okay. Worth. Actually worth. Unironically worth.
Hammer down!
No, we're good here. We're good. That was a good trade.
Get my revenge.
Well, you have to give me a second to lock in. I'm like one of those locks that you have to kind of like beat out a little bit. It's like a broken lock. You know what I'm saying? The lock is still there. It just doesn't work quite as well as it used to. You know what I'm saying? So just give Grandpa a little time.
I foresee you'll let the Kitsune guide you. Kitsune no kagizume o tokihanate.
Pass. I have my sights.
My will.
Oh!
Pain is inevitable. You need only ask for my help.
Gosh darn it! Where the frick did he come from? Did that legit scare the crud out of me? Does he have it too?
Yet the battle still rages.
Aww.
This is not the end.
Sequence.
Hammer down!
I have
Taking hold of the objective. I think we're outnumbered. Behind you. Ah, damn it.
Struggle as they might against their fate, the heroes were defeated in the end.
Dude, that was...
Slay of the game.
good warm-up. Yeah, exactly.
Hammer down!
I feel like I need like a therapy session just for that game.
I will not leave a broken world behind.
Yeah, no, I got you, Control. I'm not gonna lie, the glare from the outside is pretty intense. Frick me, man.
Healed up.
Their weaknesses in maining only Widow and Genji. That's a pretty... I think that's an okay hero pool. Maybe broad maps on Flashpoint would be hard, I think. But it's not bad. Genji can still work okay. Alright, buddy. You want this? You don't want these hands.
Healing fortified.
I told you. Nobody listens. Alright! Unwashed.
You'll have to try harder than that. You are under my guard.
Oh. You're particularly sweet. Did you do something in your hair? No. Where the frick did he go? I don't do anything to my hair ever.
One of these days I'll end up in feet.
Oatmeal with strawberry jam. Good luck, mate. Alright, chat, what should I play?
This is the tale of
What should I play?
Junkenstein's laboratory.
The soldier build I put? I did not see it, no. Orisa? Alright, let's do it. Orisa or Rein are pretty fun. Honestly, I think I was gonna say this earlier. I think my only complaint, not my only complaint, but one of my complaints is I think the defensive buffs are stronger than the offensive ones. No, it doesn't. Madarasuke. I forgot what you said with your pronunciation. I forgot to read it earlier. I'll show you how it works.
5, 4, 3.
I've got my Orisa build locked out. Check it out.
The first night began.
Check out my Orisa build ball. Amatarovske.
Well met. Battery activated.
I don't know why I jabbed him there.
Systems impaired.
Junkenstein's profane trial commenced.
Over here. Not so fast.
Frick. That was a lot of damage. Wow.
Watch here.
Enemy in sight. I was drawn to you. Impossible. Our creatures are intertwined.
Whoa, what the
Enemy
frick?
located. Luck's on your side. Do not move. I'm here. I need healing. You raise hellfire. Now burn.
Oh, I canceled it. Oh no, I didn't cancel
Got
it.
you. That is enough.
Two were slain.
Advancing. Not so fast.
Come on.
You're not in your group? Hilarious.
Smoke him out of there. Get in there, Beelzebub.
Time has run out. Pass into the unknown.
Body or more.
Frick.
Step back.
The first night was doomed, and the heroes prevailed.
I'm the greatest! You guys think I'm the greatest? Do you think junk needs changes? Yeah, at some point. I already did kind of some thoughts in the junk rework with a lot of other like high-level junk mains. You can look up. I think it was on a DPS rework list.
New talents, my subject. You will be stronger together.
Ah! Oh, bro, I'm fixing to eat paper. I think I'm legitimately going to eat paper here. Greatest coach for sure. Discard that one. That one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The second night commenced.
How's it going? Our futures are intertwined.
Hey.
Systems impaired.
Forward barrier activated.
Whoops.
Assistance would be appreciated.
Bro, I got melted. Here's my problem. Here's my problem. My problem is that I forget that everyone's damage is going up. So what would work in Overwatch 2 normally, which would be that, it wouldn't work. That's where I mess up. Correct.
Hey.
I go in another place with my javelins, you know what I'm saying?
Systems restored. Over there. Under my protection. Damn it. Threats detected. Enemy in sight. Step back. I'm on fire. Is Ify watching?
Pass into the unknown. Experience nothingness.
Thank you. Reaching. Systems impaired. What's that?
Nerf this. Hey.
Systems repaired. Fortune comes. Guide you. Supercharged and on fire. Grounded. An unwise choice.
My fuse is lit.
Dynamite out. Enemy located.
Bro.
Holding.
Frick.
Under my protection. Your aid is appreciated. Do not move. Do something. Calls are red. I'm on fire. Is Ify watching? Your future is bright.
Nothing gets past me.
Systems impaired.
Shots! Lead! Frick, I let my gun over here. How the frick did that happen?
Locked down. I am strong and brave.
To the slain.
Enemy sighted.
Do your worst. The second night was won, but more terror awaited.
Why am I so red? Because I'm holding my breath, bro.
2 to
Have you played much Deadlock? Played a little bit. Okay. Aim maxing, yes. Honestly, Voidsent Javelin is a pretty good toss-up there. I'm not sure which one I should have gone for there. Is weekly microneedling necessary? I actually haven't had microneedling since the last thing. I need to have it again, actually. Well, I don't want to discard the other ones. I like the other ones. I like the movement speed.
3, 2, 1. The third night fell.
I kind of hope we lose here, because I would like to see if we could build out a full...
Let's keep it up.
I think we just hold this angle here.
Carried on the wind.
Respect me, man. I thought he was going to walk line.
Make way! Threats detected!
It's often, I find, better to fortify if you can force Discord first, so that's, I think, my mistake. I keep getting fortified. Yeah, I was misplaying my cooldowns here. I keep getting discorded while I'm fortified, which means I have to disengage anyway, because Discord just melts me.
I must do better.
How's it going?
Nothing gets past me.
Let me balance you out. Thank you.
Systems restored.
Frick. So they pushed off of that.
Wanted. Dead or alive.
Well met. Initiating defense.
Just chill for a second.
Pushing forward. Step up.
Into the unknown.
Systems impaired.
Frick.
The objective.
Where's that Genji?
Nerf this.
Warning.
Get to cover.
Calling in the big gun.
Oh, I needed to cancel that. Shoot.
Back in action.
Alright, so Ashe is being the spawn camp here.
Nuh-uh.
Got the Mega. There's missiles. Javelin that.
I am strong.
There's Discord. Now I can peek a little bit. Oh, I thought that was it.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Stay put. I will not yield.
I can kind of eat the Discord there.
Never done. By amore.
Alright. Thanks.
Two were slain.
Reaching. Impossible.
Feels like sunlight, huh?
Does microneedling help with Overwatch? Yes. 35% damage boost. Anytime you're over 50% HP.
Not so fast.
I don't know if I can stop her from touching, but I might be able to. Okay, well.
The final night was through, and
Pretty
our
low.
heroes emerged as victors.
There you go.
Slay of the game.
I think this is the second point when they're all grouped up with all the squiffies. Yeah. We can fix the bug now. What? Listen, we're gonna do another giveaway. We're gonna do another. Jeez, all. I'm gonna do another giveaway. We did 2 games of that one. We'll do 2 games again. Cheers, Demon. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. Let's do. Let's reset the thing. The keyword is enter. And I will pick people who have not won. People who were not in the last game. So if you were already in the last game, don't enter because I'm not going to pick you. The helicopter eruption for officer. I think a lot of it's random too. Some of the choices are random, but yeah, I think the later ones certainly come in a little bit more later. For like a bully the other thing, I think you just need to shift more of her power into some of her, like the mobility through the helicopter, honestly, and then give her less, allow you to headshot her. There's like, that's one of the ways to look at it. Enter, 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 enter. We'll do the giveaway in like 10 seconds. Makes sense, Sarah. Yeah, the later ones are not till later, so yeah, there you go. The later ones aren't till later. Brilliant advice. Thank you, guys. All right, let's roll it. Battle to get your battle tags ready, mates. Kaiju. D-Man. D-Man, if you're here. It doesn't show up in chat, but D-Man. Grindolphin. What's up, Skookong? And then Tom. Tom Rakewell.
Hi.
Hey.
I officially finished my placements.
Nice.
I don't know how bad it was.
How bad? That's not too bad.
I haven't played in like months.
Chat, my brain is officially fully rotted. My brain has officially just fully rotted. You guys just did not see that. What the heck is wrong with me? Oh my gosh. My brain is rotted. My brain has rotted away. You get to play viewer games with this D-Man. I legit just tried to input the replay code. Like, I've done that too many times, bro. What the heck? All right, who else do we need? We need Tom Rakewell and D-Man your battle tag. Jeez, man. Tom Rakewell? Okay. That should work, right? I think that should work. What's your battle tag, D-Man? Can you have a look at the soldier build I sent in the Discord? Where is it in the Discord? Maybe a little bit. We've got the dream team coming on here. You guys have heard of Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Then there's this dream team. Highlights. Amy the Princess. We have biotic field duration increased by 200%. Become unstoppable. Biotic field moves with you. That's super good. Biotic field greater 75 shield. Biotic field that pulses stamina. Dude, yeah, dude, that's actually so good. I was trying to do a build like this the last time I played Soldier, but I didn't quite get the cards right. But yeah, dude, that's actually genius. The only thing I would add is if you could reposition a lot, maybe doing like the having this one instead. Well, no, because you take reduced damage while you're repositioning. That's pretty good. I would say this is probably one of the more replaceable ones, maybe with like a damage one. Like more damage up close or something like that. But yeah, that's actually super, super good. That's actually so clever. You sent it, D-Man? Okay, I got you. You could stop Rhine charge as well? Oh yeah, shit, I didn't even think about that. Shoot, dude, you could legit, because it's technically, it says it's unstoppable, so you can just like blam, 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 you know what I'm saying? Clever. Okay, I think we're all here. Dang it. We can play. Well, this is the last one. I have to call it after this one. Yo, Tom, if you're here, pick your role, mate. So many of the high pumpkin Rhine upgrades are terrible. I don't remember what they all are. I'll have to check. Yeah, 50% damage reduction is crazy. You're so true, actually, about the sprint. The damage reduction is really good. Tom. There's Tom. Okay, we're good.
Paris. I will not leave a broken world behind. You need this.
Protecting.
Wait, what?
Justice delivered.
I know Susie help.
Rest up. No recovery.
No, no! Aha! Oh no, the shields! Aha! Holy crap!
Patched up. You are under my guard.
That was horrifying, bro. Oh. No, no, no! Please, no. Oh.
We all die eventually.
Wait.
Healed up. You're joking.
Well, I thought I misjudged the breakpoints. That was the problem. Oh no, we got above me.
I won't give in.
I lost him.
Healing fortified. You will fear me. That's much better.
No, my nano. I lost my nano, guys.
I'm not finished. Help me.
If we get soldier, we'll see.
I still have
Ralph, do you reactive your Sombra video right now? I don't give a frick. Oh, what the? Stop it! Ah, no, they saw me! Wait, how'd I miss that nade?
That's much better. Adina, do come in.
I just toggled, guys.
I'm under.
I just toggled. It's alright. Okay, let's go. Ryan, should I go Ryan? Played Orisa last game, so we'll try Ryan. Yes? Yes, we do Ryan. What does Ja Rule think? That's a great question, I don't know. Dun dun dun! I think the Fearsome Frenzy is pretty good too. Wait, you know what, chat? Let's just be a real man, okay? Be a real man. Let's be a real man. I'm gonna be a real man this game. Pinocchio's a real boy. I'm a real man. You get what I'm saying? I'm a real man. Shut up, D-man.
Night began.
Hello there.
No, I didn't see that, Quaid. That's actually crazy, though. I'm a real man. Yeah! Doing man the things! Frick, they're on Diva. I kind of wanted an Orisa or Ryan matchup here.
Ready for you.
I see a hostile.
A little damage. A little fire strike here. Thank you. A little fire strike here. Thank you. We have all the space here, so. No! Okay. Rip. I think I might need to squeeze them out a little bit more. I felt kind of like I didn't really need to do that though, because they were so squeezed out, but now I know. Well, there you go. Thanks, man. You just made my day.
Take caution.
What are you doing? What am I doing?
There's a
I will keep you safe.
A cure for all the damage.
What am I doing? What am I doing, chat? Ah! Dude, what happened? What happened? Yeah, Frenzy is getting discarded because I can't swing in like long periods of time. I have to like swing, shield. You get what I'm saying?
I'm with you. Here to help.
Very saying a lot of things.
I meant to do that. See, my ultimate is ready. Hammer down.
Monsters. Wait, how?
I'm feeling the burn.
surrender to my will.
The first night ended.
Oh! No, I forget the cough timer is faster. Oh, it's miserable. Okay, y'all, this isn't gonna work versus the. This isn't gonna work. It's good versus Orisa. It's just. Okay, forget.
Talents, my subject. You will be stronger together.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Frick me, man. Okay, guys, we gotta lock in here.
Stand behind me, friends.
That's good. I kind of like the ult charge one. Just more of a silly fun here. Ah! No way, man. No way.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The second night commenced. Hold fast! Do not let them through!
Nothing gets past me.
Barrier up!
Block that.
No.
Over there!
Bro, what? What is going on?
Junkenstein's perfect.
Why? What happened?
Neutralizing. She's gonna blow.
Their backline was AFK. Yeah, we were. That's
I
annoying.
will keep you safe.
I see a hostile. Receive my aid.
Hammer down!
Into the unknown.
Bro, how are we getting backline traded again? How? She's diving from so far away! Dude, the diva is legit pinning from like, going from like 40 meters and getting kills. Shouldn't be happening. Baby diva killed 3 of us. All right, well, I appreciate the honesty here. Oh man, I'm too much out there.
Tactical visor activated.
Ah!
Heldensterben
Time
nicht.
has run out.
Nerf this.
Still raged.
Doesn't bump. The enemy is being resurrected.
I actually think this is comp diff is what it is. I think we rolled bad RNG because we go Ash Soldier, which is already bad in this map. But it's worse. We're playing Ash Soldier into Diva.
0 to 2.
And I'm playing Ryan into Zen Mercy, which is hard. This is dumb. That's only useful. No. Yeah, I mean, this actually might be okay. This might be 3 fire strikes, but longer cooldown, but I get a reset for every 200 damage blocked. Basically, fire strike Sam. I don't know if that's gonna be good versus this comp is the problem. I feel like I have to, like... maybe I need to, like... Do I actually have to, like... change my build? I legit feel like this build is bad versus this comp, because Fire Strike's not very good versus this poke comp. It'd be good if there was like a tank, or like a more comp that I could like be a little bit more pokey with.
This is everything we've got. We may have a chance.
Enemy located. Preparing your delivery. A stick for the punch.
Stand behind me, friends.
Like, here it is. How? How are we dead again? Oh no.
Junkenstein unlocked his wicked proving ground. Even hotter up close.
I don't even know what happened there. We just lost somebody immediately. They didn't even have... Here's what's happening is I feel like we're squeezing them out of space, but somehow the Diva's either diving from literally like 40 meters or just random crap. Alright guys, we got this. There you go. Like that shouldn't happen.
I am on fire! Come face me! Hammer down! Come take the objective with me. My shield holds strong. Come get me. Tactical visor activated.
Oh, come on! Oh, what has happened? What has happened, guys? Oh no! I think the problem is we're not taking and supporting our angles very well. Their backline's like really fragile, but it just feels like we're getting our face jammed into chokes and like right here. Like look at the space control here we have here. There we go.
Surrender to my will.
I guess I'll force point here. Boy.
I've got you in my sights. Into the unworld. My feelings are burned.
This.
David, keep you safe. Bionic healing ready.
More! More! Ah! You piece of waste! You're done! You're dead to me! You're dead! Get out! Back to spawn! Back to spawn! Get the frick out of here! Ha! Get the frick out of here, buddy! No. Okay. Back! Back!
Thank you.
Stay frosty.
Yes. Okay.
1 to 2.
To be fair, that was our best map for our comp, I think. Depends on what map is up next. This one's not terrible. What do you... I actually don't even know. I just don't think this is the good one, because I think I die so quickly here. Maybe this is legit it right here. Legit. Like, I'm not even joking. I wonder if that's it.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Yeah, transfusion I was thinking about too, but I don't think my team is... I mean, in theory, my team shouldn't be playing near me versus this guy. Frick.
The doctor's crooked arena.
No, no, no. Get squashed.
Nerf this.
Oh, barrier broken. I know I can.
Let's give it to him.
Oh no! Dude, I needed to hit that shatter, man. I need to hit that shatter. I needed to hit that shatter, man. I needed to hit that shatter, bro. I desperately needed to hit that shatter. We win that if I hit shatter.
Questionable judgment.
Honor would have me do nothing less.
Crud.
Surrender to my will. Helden sterben nicht.
That's daddy right there. That's daddy. Whoa! No, guys! Oh, no! Oh, no way, man! No way! What happened?
No.
My servants.
That's actual tragedy.
Your visor activated. It was nearly through, but the fray carried on.
Dude, that is tragedy right there. Diva? No. That was tragedy right there. That is tragedy right there.
I will never tire of this.
I think the problem is our positioning. I think the D.Va scared us too much. I think we didn't take good off angles and we didn't support good off angles. D.Va, you could easily burn D.Va. I think D.Va's pretty good in this mode, but I mean, come on. I think partly due to the fact that we were on Ashe on this map. That's what I'm talking about. Like, Ashe is really good. I just don't know if she's good in this map. I had the same problems with Reaper. You guys saw me play Reaper. It was like really bad. It's like really hard. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Shadow. Was it just Matrix? Me and Moira's Horde. I mean, you just have to flank. You just have to hard flank legit 24/7. Because, like, their backline was Zen, Mercy, Soldier. You know what I'm saying? Valkyrie, too. That's true, actually, yeah. What do you guys want to see? Do we want to try Ryan again? I think we should try Ryan again. Well, Royal Beard, after this one, I have to go. Alright, dude, I'm going to go Ryan, man. Okay, let's make it happen. We were this close to greatness. Dude, let's just all in on the Fire Strikes, man. And I'll change it if they're on D.Va again. I think the problem is that I went for a Fire Strike build versus a D.Va as well. That didn't help either. There wasn't even, like, good zoning value. I think Ryan's okay, but Ryan's just not good at doing, like, you have to play, like, all the good Ryans are all, like, shield stuff. Like, more shield, and then you shield while pin, and then you shield, and then you shield, and then you do shielding things, and then you shield more. The Fire Strike ones are fun, but Orisa, the D.Va really just ruins it. You're probably against the D.Va? Yeah, probably. Well, then I'll swap it up. I'll go full cringe mode if they're on D.Va.
Hey.
Orisa? Zen? I can live with that.
Over here! Fortifying. Shield activated.
Getting angled here.
Much longer. The doctor's cruel experiment began.
So now they're not angling, so. Oh, she just got. Wait, did she get reflect?
My barrier's about to break.
Guys, guys! The Zenyatta's just walking in. Orisa deflect. Isn't that a later card?
I've been knocked down before. Back in the fight.
That's crazy. Oh man.
My servants never die. I foresee you'll need me.
Guys, shoot them. Oh, I hate it.
On my way.
On the move.
Dude, I feel like there's so much disrespect from the DPS right now.
Almost ready. My ultimate is ready. Join me.
Like, I'm getting hard focused, living.
Let the Kitsune get you.
Hammer down.
Into the unknown.
My rockets are fuel.
I see an enemy.
Don't worry about point here soon.
Tactical visor activated.
Good point.
Range of the objective. Form up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind the Orisa so much. I just felt like there wasn't enough punish from us.
There's the enemy.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Unacceptable.
My sections never rains from above.
Careful.
Yeah.
There's more of them than us.
Tightening your capability. Behind you.
Everyone on the objective. Don't let them take it.
You are much too old for this.
Time has run out. Yes, that battle still
Rod.
The first night ended.
Dang, Lexa, that's impressive to hear. That's impressive to hear.
0 to 1.
Incredible for you. Incredible for you.
Take heed of your allies' new talents, my subject. You will be stronger together.
Lamoon is, yeah. We're kind of all ending on Fire Strikes, but I honestly don't even know if that's the play versus this, but. Ryan is really good if they're not on Zen and D.Va and like Orisa stuff. Like if like you can actually, it's honestly it's the Zen really. It's just the Zen that messes with me, honestly.
4, 3.
You get punished for doing stuff too hard.
The second night commenced. Let me answer.
Enemy seen.
Come get healed.
How did that hit me?
Oh, barrier's about to give. Barrier broken. Find us a cover. She must not be found. Area activated.
Oh, shoot, that's running off.
Hold it.
Shit. Man, it feels like their supports are legit just like literally flying in the open. Or the DPS, like Soldier and Zen are legit just standing in the open there. I'm missing all like too many fire strikes here. Like we have our compass fine here, I think.
My servants never die.
Oops.
Pass into the unknown.
Helden sterben nicht.
Stand behind me, friend.
Bro. Leave me alone.
My barrier won't hold much longer. Hammer down!
Let the kitsune guide you. Incoming.
Whoa, what the heck was that?
Fire!
Like they don't even have good healing. Here.
Tactical visor activated.
No way, no way, no way, no way. Wait. How? How? No, guys, no, what happened? What happened, guys? We had the perfect angle for it.
I don't think so.
Like, I actually don't even know what happened there. Got her! Ha! Get fricked!
Hello? Hello?
It just feels like we have, like, no pressure. Like,
Carry on through just yet.
Like, I don't know, that's okay.
I go warm side. My duty is
Justice reigns from above.
Yeah. No, I think the Rhino's okay. I think the Rhino's okay here. I just think it's a little bit of arcade matchmaking, which happens.
0 to 2.
That's alright. We're just chilling. Still having fun. Let's just keep going with the fire strikes here. Why are you derping on what I'm Why is the announcer's voice different? It's not. It's the same. It's just, it's the usual announcing voice. It's the Reinhardt voice actor, I think. Oh, does Macabre Transfusion heal me? Does it heal me?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Honestly, the other thing might be good. Yeah, I don't know. I need to try some of this later.
I foresee you'll need me.
Is that Fortify already? Bro, what? How is that booping? I'm leaning in the right. Dude, that's so annoying. Is that a...
Junkenstein's
I knew it was coming, and I'm like, I'm gonna lean right. Nope. Is that a change? Or am I just dumb? That feels like ungodly in terms of how far that sent me. That was such a scam. I legit knew it was coming too. Okay, buddy. Now, are we gonna kill the Zenyatta? That's literally standing in the open here. I will kill the Zenyatta, yes. And then we're gonna res the Zenyatta. Okay.
Join me at Junkenstein. Glory of Ages. There's the enemy. I am on fire. Come face Face me.
Yeah, maybe it's the movement speed stacks with it. I bet that's it, actually. Good shout. Because you can get the movement speed or whatever for that. I bet that's what it was.
Here's some good enemy cheer.
Oh, man. Frick, man.
This point is ours. They must not advance.
Spellers is just bad at the game? Wait a second.
There is no challenge I cannot
Oh, I was just trying to pin off. I was just going off. I was just resetting. I figured maybe there's like a suction there somewhere if he gets stupid with it.
Like a gentle rain.
Bunch of Hammer down!
I thought I would catch back on that.
Let the kitsune go you! Justice rains from above!
Time has run out, yet the battle still raged. Can you feel the heat?
There's just no way. There's just no way. Dave, let's take this up.
Much better. Over here.
Yoshiki, thank you for the raid, mate. How are you?
Rocket barrage
Bro,
incoming!
what?
Tactical visor activated.
Future's bright!
There's just no way, man.
Don't let the enemy take our point. Marking the enemy.
There's just no way. Okay, I thought he was dropping.
Over there!
The night was nearly through, but the fray carried on.
On my way.
All those suction pins, and there's no suction with that. Ah, you stupid, dude! It has to be different. It has to be different. Has to be something. Something stinks. Something stinks. That's not right. That's not right. That is incorrect. That is false. That is false right there. That is not. That is something different with the movement speed. Maybe it's her percentage of her HP thing. Yeah, I need to check her mutations. That's pretty good, actually. There's zoning. How do you check her things? How do you check that? How do you check her mutations? Oh, that's true, Amy. You're right. They did nerf the tank passive. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, actually. Yeah, since she doesn't have any of the things that I thought she would have. So it must be the nerf tank passive they're just not used to. You're right. The burn is not even that good, but people think it's good, and that's all that matters. You stupid, stupid, stupid bot. I mean, it's okay. It's not that good, though. It's visually very intimidating.
Shield activated.
I shouldn't have done that. That was dumb. Oh, I mistimed that shoot. It was way too early.
Enemy here.
I see an enemy! Screening projectiles. What's up? Junkenstein!
Idiot. Oh, that was dumb. Oh, I got smoked.
Hey, big guy. Stay put.
I'm gonna die, I'm gonna make it pretty. Oh! Oh no, 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 I could have canceled it and lived. Oh wait. Do I do it, chat? Do I do it, chat? Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it?
Everyone on the objective.
Tactical visor activated.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. See? See? Never guess yourself. Never second guess yourself. Never second guess yourself. Never doubt. Never doubt. Never doubt. Never doubt. Always believe. Love, hope, and truth.
Oh, I feel
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Ha! You see what I'm saying? Early fortify. Get fricked! Ah! Dude, we're so built, man. We're back in it to win it. We never lost. They fell off, man. They fell off. They fell off. Who are you? Who are you? I don't know your name. I don't know who you are or know your name. That's pretty good. Should we do Infernal Arsenal? I don't know, Demon's Due is pretty good too. Let's do that. More fire strikes. Yo, it's Wukong. Thank you for the 5 gifts of subs, man. I appreciate that.
5, 4,
I cheers, mate. I appreciate it. Is this game mode free? Yes. We got rocket kunais now. That's the real W. Dude, thank you so much for the gift of subs, man. That's very generous. Okay, guys, we got this, guys. We got this. We got this. Love, passion, victory. They've got vertical. Got killed by my own fire.
Over there. The doctor's cruel experiments began.
I don't think I can touch point right now. God fricked! Waste of space! My DPS are popping.
There's the enemy.
Who are you?
Don't worry. We got a long road
Idiot! Idiot!
Manifesting. Cut him out. Aerial positioning.
Why am I losing control? What's happening? You guys see that? Hair in my eye, I don't care. No, no deflect kill. Nice. Wait, soldiers end. I'm in too, buddy! We in this together! We're in this together! We're in this together! We're in this together! Ah, shot! No! No!
Tactical visor activated.
The final night was through, and our heroes emerged as victors. Slay of the game.
Dude, my team stepped up so much there at the end, man. All the crap that Zenyatta was getting away with earlier, not again. You guys notice that? Actually insane, team. Actually, what a turnaround. What a clutch. Incredible. Incredible. I mean, that was incredible. Incredible. Yeah. Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah, dude, Kiriko is legit, like, insane. Kiriko is legitimately insane. Kiriko is, like, the best DPS character in the game when she gets that. That was beautiful. That brings a tear to my eye. Alright, chat. I gotta go. I gotta go dress up like Indiana Jones for the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Halloween party. Loves and kisses. See you guys on Tuesday. Actually, I might not be streaming much next week. I will be streaming at least once next week, and I have a very, very, very big surprise for that stream. No leaks. You guys will just have to wait and see. You'll hear about it, not from me. Let's put it that way. It's big juice. Big juice. All right, y'all. I'll see you then.